Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Chip Theory live stream. I'm Josh Welgus. You know me as Gilly, and I'm here with who?
Logan Giannini. You know me as Logan Giannini.
Nice to meet you, Logan Giannini.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Logan, as you are probably aware, possibly not aware, I don't know, has served as designer of a lot of, if not all of, actually, I think the expansion content on this campaign, and also was one of the lead designers on Hoplomachus. So
I'm the one to blame for anything you don't like. It's all my fault.
It's absolutely accurate. How are you this morning, Logan?
I am good.
Yeah.
I'm awake, so that's a plus these days.
That is.
You know, considering my child got me up at 2:30 in the morning, so
Ooh.
you know, that's fun.
And you've been up since 2:30?
No.
Okay. Well,
but
that's good.
up for a while, then back, and then up again at 5. So you know,
Well, that is
chipper considering. That's how I am today.
that is baby life. I had an exciting morning. I started with a trip to the dentist. Everything's looking great, so thumbs up.
Brag.
And then on my way into work, my car died. So dentist to car dying to live stream. That's been my morning.
Is this the high point or the low point? Like, how does that? Tell them where they rank.
This is definitely the high point. If this isn't better than a car dying and a trip to the dentist, then we're seriously doing something wrong. So, but yes. Anyway, good morning, everybody. We're just giving a few minutes to let the stragglers roll in. We are going to be showing off some expansion content gameplay for you today. And when I say we, I mean Logan, because I'm going to be checking out of here when we're done with this intro segment. But tell us a little bit about what we can expect from a gameplay perspective.
So
today.
I'm going to be joined by Andrew Santoro, who is currently off to the side facilitating this wonderful... What? Who said that? Oh, wait, the person I just said. So Andrew will be joining me, and we will be showing you how to set up a game of Quicktorum, aka Mercury's Boots, and the beginning of how that plays. So you get to see how the setup is different. There are a lot of very interesting decisions at the beginning, and you'll see the beginning of a Quicktorum campaign. And as an added bonus, we will be using Aprilis, the April Fool's hero. So you also get a chance to see her in action, which is super exciting. She was a lot of fun to put together.
Yeah, I love the Aprilis and the Fool expansion a lot. We talk a lot about what to do for April Fool's Day every year. And after doing several kind of truly joke products like the Trollin' for Fools situation, the Gearlock Child, etc. for Too Many Bones.
Not Baby Gilly. Yep.
Yeah. We kind of came to the conclusion like, hey, let's keep releasing funny things on April Fool's Day and keep doing like a funny April Fool's promotion, but let's not do joke gameplay anymore. Aprilis and the Fool is very much it's not like a weird goofball promo expansion in the sense of gameplay. Like it's a true
it's a legitimate hero and legitimate scion with April Fool's flavor is how I would put it. Like they're a little bit zany, a little bit wacky. She does some stuff that other heroes do not do. She has a horse companion as her best friend. She was inspired by Don Quixote and is a little bit modeled off of that.
Okay.
So wacky and crazy, but very gameplay driven.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you haven't checked out that expansion, it is available on this campaign. Will also be available again from chiptheorygames.com web store during the holiday season, which is when we allow all of our promos again to be sold. So you'll get a first look at gameplay of Aprilis if you have not yet purchased her, and you'll that'll be fun. You get it integrated into Quicktorum. So now this is a Q&A. This beginning segment is a Q&A, so please throw your questions in the chat. I also want to acknowledge we did do a Game Found Feast a week ago where we debuted a lot of this content, also did a very large Q&A. So maybe a relatively brief Q&A for Hoplo, but please throw your questions.
We have A's if you have Q's.
Yeah. A couple... Right, yeah. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. We all have A's. Anyway, one of the questions that I know was asked in the comments 2 days ago, and I don't believe I actually had a chance to get back to it yesterday to answer, But something that kind of involves Quicktorum and Mercury's boots is somebody was asking, is all of the new expansion content, and maybe a better question is all of the Hoplo content that's being released, including this crossover stuff, and is all of that compatible with Mercury's boots, or is Mercury's boots kind of a self-contained thing that can only be played with the base of Victorum?
What an excellent cue. So
I look forward to your A.
Oh, I bet you do. Yes, so I was very intentional in designing Mercury's boots that it's going to work with everything. All the new modules can be integrated in. All the crossover heroes can be integrated in. Sometimes you'll get little bits where, something that is really good in Victorum is suddenly a little less useful here, and vice versa. Something that is, okay in Victorum is suddenly a lot better here. Like, some of the balance things have changed, but the overall difficulty has stayed about the same, and you can swap all of these modules in and out. That said, it was very important in designing Mercury's boots that it be playable without this. We knew we were going to make it available free for everybody right away. We wanted everybody available to play it right away. So we made sure in designing it that it only requires the core box of Victorum to work. And then once you all get all these great expansion modules, which I know you're going to do, you can mix them in as you wish.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. So again, we're going to be showing off Mercury's boots with Aprilis here in just a few moments once we're done with this Q&A. But you can go ahead and download the PDF to try Mercury's boots / Quicktorum right from the GameFound page if you have not tried that yet. And we would encourage you to do that. We're not a company that does a lot of like print and play type of things, so this is kind of a new.
And play neoprene.
We're giving you something.
What's the point?
That's true. Not yet, anyway. Not yet. But yeah, go ahead and give it a download. Take a peek. We'd love for all of you Victorum owners out there to take Quicktorum Mercury's boots for a spin during this campaign. It will likely still be getting another layer of polish from a just like graphic design standpoint before we actually release a hard copy. But from a rules standpoint and from a gameplay standpoint, you can fully play that mode right now, strictly with the download. So I'm going to grab a question here that I see coming in from the chat, and this is I'm going to expand on this question a little bit. As it relates actually to Quicktorum. The question here is, will you sell the metal pegs that we sold in the, some metal sword pegs that we sold in the Elder Scrolls Blacksmith add-on for the premium tracker pad as an add-on in this campaign? Side question kind of related to that is several people have asked, are we going to do a hero tracker pad neoprene mat for Quicktorum Mercury's boots? Here's just the answer to that right now is we are not planning to do either of those things right at this exact second. We are having conversations about it internally. The tricky thing regarding all of that stuff is at that point we are essentially selling a deluxe add-on for a deluxe add-on.
Seems like something we would do.
It does kind of seem like something we would do. It also seems terribly redundant. So we're talking about what that could look like. We've talked about like, well, if we sell a Quicktorum Mercury's boots hero tracker pad, would we just include metal pegs in it? But then at that point, it probably needs to be at least $20, and we don't know if that is a appealing price point to most folks. Again, selling a tracker pad specifically for an expansion and then putting metal pegs in it that people might want for the other thing that they already bought, it all just gets terribly convoluted. And though we are a intensely capitalistic company that does want to make money and sustain our livelihoods, there comes a point where the optics and the nickel and diming that appears to be going on becomes very unappealing to most people. So anyway, we are talking about that and trying to see if we can come to a final final agreement on what we want to do in that regard. But right now, we are not planning on making those things purchasable separately, but we will keep you posted. In addition to that, so the sword pegs in the Elder Scrolls for the Blacksmith pack, we on that campaign we advertised them basically looking exactly like the Hoplo swords. We may go back to that sculpt and make them feel a little bit more Elder Scrollsian rather than Gladiusan. That's not a word.
It's gladish.
Gladish. The way that the sword pegs for the Quicktorum hero tracker look. So there's some logistics to be worked out, and we'll see. Also related to that hasn't been asked yet, but we are, we do keep getting asked about, and we've put the poll in the updates about the tactic/arena chip reminder tokens, and we have a poll out there on the last 2 updates. It's the same poll, consolidates all the results together, asking if you'd be interested in those. If you have not voted yet, you have to be a backer to vote, but if you have not voted on that yet, I would really encourage you to do so. I think we've had already 1,000-ish backers tell us yes, they would be interested in purchasing a pack of those. We continue to have those conversations. I don't believe we'll have any formal answers on what we may or may not do to that end until probably the end of next week-ish.
I can provide a formal answer. Go to your local library, check out Moonwalking with Einstein. It'll help with your memory. It's a great book, and you'll always remember you've got tactic chips. No add-on needed.
Moonwalking with Einstein?
Mm-hmm. It's a book to help your memory.
Maybe we should sell that book as an
There
add-on.
we go. Deluxe, though.
Yeah,
Only
right,
PVC.
Yeah. We'll hand burn all the edges of all the pages. Yeah, we'll
We
rub it
gotta
in the dirt.
rub dirt.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, never. Okay. So anyway, that's a little bit more about what we're kind of looking at for add-ons. Like I said, we are talking about it. We don't want to hastily, especially when there's still 16 days left of this campaign, or 15 and a half or whatever we're at now. We don't want to hastily throw something together without really, really thinking it through. But we are listening to your feedback, and so please continue to provide that feedback. And we will take it into consideration and under advisement. Let's tackle a couple other of these questions. When will Logan get a cool nickname?
I have a cool nickname. It's Logan. Actually, so when I was offered nicknames of available characters, I forget. I think I might have gone with Darb for a little while, or somebody else Darb. I forget. I feel like I picked the Cloudspire character for a very little time, but I never used it because I don't need to. There aren't any other Logans here. It's not like being a Josh or an Andrew around here, in which case it's crazy. But when the last batch of Too Many Bones content came out, I did finally stake my claim to Static, the gearlock that I primarily designed, and who means a lot to me because I was very, very excited to get to design a gearlock before that world was kind of put to bed for a while. So I have claimed Static. You'll notice that my Discord icon is Static, and I use the image in a few places, but I don't usually use the nickname. But it's there if you want to use it.
I don't think I even knew that. It is interesting, though, because I'm Gilly. I didn't design Gilly. I had nothing to do with Gilly. I took that nickname before I had ever even played a game of Too Many Bones, actually. And the only gearlock I have ever worked on primarily is Carcass. And I kind of want to be Carcass now instead of Gilly because it's just
we can arrange that.
I know. Lots of people would be like, that's much more fitting for your complexion. But but it's too late. It's too late. I'm already Gilly. I can't really. I mean, I guess if somebody kills me, then I could become a Carcass. That's probably the best way. Anyway,
sounds like your car was trying to.
Well, right, yeah, my car tried to this morning. Does the we're talking about your nickname. Somebody suggested Hoploman.
Hoploman.
That seems, I don't know. I like Static.
I mean, I've referred to
better.
myself as a Hoplomaniac before.
There you go. Does the Smith, but again, related more to your personal life. We're just going to talk about your personal life for the rest of the month.
Let's do it.
Does the Smith expansion actually have a physical resemblance to your dad?
So very funny. Yes, I said I got some reference pictures. I actually bugged my mom. I was like, don't tell him, but can you get me some pictures of him forging? Because he is an actual blacksmith. He's done this for 30 years. He makes knives. He makes tomahawks. He makes a few short swords. So I got some pictures and sent them in. To me, it looks exactly like him. It was funny. I showed him after the campaign launch. I was like, Dad, I got a surprise for you. And I sat him down at the computer and I pulled it up. He was both incredibly excited, like, oh my goodness, this is the best thing ever. Does that really look like me? Is that me? I mean, it's great. I think this is so cool, but do I look like that? It was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
So he was self-conscious about
a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit, but he loved it. He thought it was, yeah, he's very excited to get that chip.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So yes, yeah, it is. When will your dad be premiering on Forged in Fire?
He loves to watch that show, and he loves to talk about how he would never want to go on that show. He's like, oh, he loves to sit there and go, oh, yeah, they're doing this, or, oh, I might do that. I wouldn't want to be on that show, though. It's too stressful.
That makes sense. Also, Logan's dad is not the one that forged the controversial Hoplomachus swords that we sent to reviewers either. Just
he only makes non-controversial swords.
Right, exactly. Very important. We did talk to him about it. We did talk to you and him about it, but ultimately I think the quantity we needed
was
not going to be, because that's not his full-time gig, correct?
Well, no, so actually at the time he was not retired yet. He's retired now, but we needed 50 swords in 2 months, and he was still a college professor actually. But but he's since retired. So
gotcha.
You need more swords.
Perfect. But yes, it is actually that is the actual physical resemblance. He looks like a blacksmith. That's perfect. Yeah,
he does not look like a college professor.
Right. Okay. Will you be releasing a pronunciation guide for all the unit names, Titans, Scions, and Immortals? That's the first time we've ever been asked that. But I was looking at a couple of the expansion units yesterday, and in my mind, I was kind of like, if I had to say that on camera, no clue.
The key to pronunciation is just say it with confidence.
It was one of the ones
Dub, Xingshen.
Yeah, it was one of the ones that started with an X, and I was just like, what on earth? I have no clue.
We'll do a live stream. We'll just get Ryan, and we'll have a list of every unit in the game, and it'll just be an hour of him reading them because he picked them all.
We'll do a dual stream where one half is just pronunciation and the other half is a spelling bee, and you're forced to try and spell Hoplo units because that would be a short segment because we'd all be out in about 5 seconds. So, some other questions. So it looks like we have some questions about Dark Days. Okay, so even considering the stretch goal regarding Dark Days, isn't there a risk that Scion-based events will never be drawn?
There is a risk. Now, with stretch goals, we are hoping to get that number higher and higher. The thing to remember about this is a flavor. This is not to overwhelmingly change the game. It's to just spice it up a little bit. And that spice is kind of equal parts finding those events and going, oh my gosh, this is brutal, and just knowing that they're lurking in those decks. Mm-hmm. It is that ever-present, am I going to hit this or am I not going to hit this? Similar into Too Many Bones, where you have the Tyrant encounters. You don't always see the Tyrant encounters, but you know they're there. And sometimes you see them and you're happy. Sometimes you don't see them and you're happy for that reason as well.
Right. Yeah. So it's been interesting. I could probably do a 1-hour seminar on this topic on a live stream. But so Hoplo is meant to be much simpler than Too Many Bones, just full stop. It always was. When we decided we were going to bring it back, that was something that we were intentionally thinking about. Is like, okay, we don't want this to go into the level of complexity that Too Many Bones has. This exists for a different reason in our catalog. So that is why we largely didn't, go with the basic encounter deck methodology that we do for Too Many Bones when Quicktorum first came out. That said, as we were watching back reviews and feedback, there's also anyone who's played Too Many Bones and then comes to this, I think often is kind of like confused. Well, why don't the Scions have more? Why aren't there Tyrant encounters for the Scions and that kind of thing? So this is kind of our way of pushing that back. But as you said, it is not with every Tyrant, depending on how many days you have to complete your journey versus how many progress points you need. But it is theoretically possible for this same thing to happen in Too Many Bones, where you could shuffle in the limited number of Tyrant encounters, and you could conceivably have an entire adventure where you didn't draw a single one. But again, it is about that threat. It's about knowing that they are in there somewhere, that kind of thing. That's really what Dark Days is.
And I would say a lot of the charm is the asymmetry too, is not having that same experience every single game. That's why there's so much content, is you don't know what you're going to see. You may not see a really cool event 3 games in a row, and then suddenly, boom, there it is at just the moment you wanted to see it. Right. It's that variability and asymmetry that kind of makes it grandiose in the way that it is.
Right. By adding new event cards, will it be necessary to remove cards to get decks into the stadium seating slots?
Possibly. That kind of remains to be seen depending on how many cards we get added in. If that ends up being the case, that'll actually speak to the consistency of seeing those specific events a little bit more. Right now, we did build them in with some give, so we have some flexibility, but if you keep smashing through stretch goals, that may change.
Yeah, I don't think any particular sign would have enough cards that it would jeopardize that, but I think, and I think likely what would happen at that point is, again, similar to the way that when you build an encounter deck in Too Many Bones, we'd probably tell you, because we want it to fit in the stadium seating, take however many event cards or opportunity cards or et cetera, and then shuffle your Dark Days cards into that, and your total deck should be X. That goes in your stadium seating, so you might have a couple that are off to the side and that you don't use in a situation like that. So, but I think there is plenty of space for, I think we'd need to add a significant amount of Dark Days cards for that to become an issue at all, and I don't think we're, even with stretch goals, I don't think that's going to be an issue, but we'll see.
You hear that? He doesn't think you could do it. So tell your friends, keep smashing those stretch goals.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Can you go more into depth what the condemned mode looks like in terms of what chips will be utilized and what it means to grow your wretch?
Yeah, so wretches are like sea monkeys, and you want to grow them, and you have to send away with box tops with an ad from the back of Boy's Life. And you get your wretch 6 weeks later.
Wow, are they bringing Boy's Life back?
I hope not. So condemned mode is really interesting. This is just a brief, I'll give you a brief kind of breakdown. But basically you have 2 chips that represent your wretch. So you'll have those stacked, and there's the first chip is wretch level 1, wretch level 2. Then you've got level 3 and level 4 on the other chip. So those will live on your health stack, and you upgrade your wretch with crowd favor. So you're going to be running out, usually with your other units, not necessarily your wretch, to try and earn crowd favor from stones in the middle of the arena. Now, the middle of the arena is guarded by 2 big, nasty arena beasts, and they're going to smack your units around. So it's kind of a scuffle to get that crowd favor from the middle, to get your wretch just strong enough that you're comfortable trying to make a break for it. Because that mode is won either by defeating the rival wretch, because there will be a rival, either AI, controlled by the game, or by another player in PvP, or by escaping, by just booking it across the board, getting to an exit hex, and leaving the arena. But your wretch starts out really slow. Barely any movement, if any. The level 1 wretch may have 1 movement, I believe. So you really don't want to do that early. It's about keeping the wretch safe, choosing your movement, and then going for it. Maybe the arena beasts have gotten knocked out, and that clears up the middle a little bit. Maybe your opponent doesn't have a bunch of units out right away. So it's about timing and about leveling up those wretches.
Sure. That's cool. This is a good question. Is there any benefit to waiting for the reprint rather than buying Quicktorum now and just backing the expansion, other than saving a few bucks? No. Other than the second print of Quicktorum will have, again, that $5 errata pack that's available on the campaign. This next print run that we're doing has all of those things included, fixed or updated, if you will, right out of the gate. But otherwise, it is the same game, and there is very little meaningful errata aside from that Calliope card, which we have right here. So aside from that, it is the same game, and so this is something. Oftentimes, we'll read comments and it'll be like, it makes way more sense for me to go and buy this off of your website right now, and our answer to that is always, yeah.
Absolutely. You'll be playing it sooner, too.
Absolutely. Believe it or not, we don't care where you buy our games, so long as you buy them. So if you buy it from our website right now, or even from an FLGS, if they've arranged to carry Quicktorum, ultimately we're happy either way. And in fact, if you buy it off our website, typically we're going to make more money than when we sell it on GameFound, simply because there's no GameFound commission, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, go buy it off our website if that's a better option for you. We're totally cool with that. This campaign, primarily what we're pushing on this campaign is the expansion content. The fact that the base games are available is a reflection of the fact that we are starting to get pretty low on stock on our Hoplo titles right now. We don't expect them to last through the holidays with their current stock numbers. So we have to reprint anyway, so we're kind of building that into this campaign alongside of the expansions, and a lot of this stuff is going to kind of go to print relatively in relative rapid succession. I don't think this expansion content is going to be too far behind when we push the big green print button on Remastered and Quicktorum's second print run. So
all that said, when we don't hit those Dark Days stretch goals, it's your fault for buying it off the website. So remember that.
If and when set unlocks, will that also add cards to Dark Days? I think the answer to that is yes. I need to check with the dev office to be absolutely sure on that, but yes, the intention is that any Scion that exists will have integration into Dark Days.
Including Koalamus. I know I saw that asked a few times.
Sure.
Will Koalamus, who comes with the Aprilis expansion, have Dark Days cards? The answer is yes.
Yes. Can we have some details as to what the tactic tracker would look like? You cannot. That is illegal. I kind of talked about, we're talking about what that could look like. It could look several different ways. I don't want to get anyone's hopes up in any one particular direction or another. We've talked about everything from including basically like status effect dice a la Too Many Bones that effectively act as like multi-purpose reminders. So it could, depending on what side you set it to, you set it on top of a chip stack, could let you know that the tactic is underneath there, could let you know that you're standing on an arena chip based on what side. So we've talked about that. We have talked about not brass mags, but we've talked about little magnet markers that would just be kind of colored and would just go right on top of a chip and stick because they have little magnets in them. They'd be very small. They wouldn't cover up art. They just serve as a nice little reminder on there. And we've talked about things that could be, again, we've talked about like acrylic chips, similar to like whatever the Quacks Deluxe chips you can buy from BGG, or if you have Unbreakable, you've seen the new little acrylic token that we use for the adventure map to track your party progress. It's got the little Gearlock head on it. So we've talked about all of those different icons. Some of the things that we're considering: 1, functionality; 2, size, in order to again not cover up artwork. Obviously, cost is a consideration. Can we do magnets cheap and effectively? And then the other thing is that the level of specificity.
I think weighing the utility of, is it beneficial enough to just say, hey, there's something going on with this chip. Here's a thing, like a glass bead even, that says something's going on.
I know you all love beads.
Does it say, like, hey, this is a tactic affecting this chip, or there's a bane affecting this chip? Like, where does utility and cost and function all kind of intersect?
Right. And on top of that, because we are doing language editions now, like, we can't do a token that just says tactic on it anymore, or even commit to putting a T on there, because the game's being translated into Chinese and a T doesn't mean anything in Chinese. They have a different character for that to represent tactics. So we're trying to make it language independent so that we can just sell them forever and to everyone, instead of needing to do an English version of the Tactic Reminder Pack and a Chinese version of the Tactic Reminder Pack and a German. So those are all the things that are being considered, and I don't have any specific answers on any of that right now. And in fact, I'm not even promising that we're going to offer them, but we're talking about it, and there appears to be enough interest that if we can make it work, and again, the other thing is we don't want to charge that much for these. One, because we don't think they're entirely necessary personally. But also just because, again, it just feels bad if this suddenly turns into a $25, accessory pack. That just doesn't. When things like alloy dice already exist, we just want to be careful about how many of these kind of superfluous things, however helpful they are, exist. So yeah. Yep. All right. Any update on on an updated world map? No, not really. I know the brightness of the lines between everything on the maps has been a hot topic. I think there's really only like 1 or 2 paths where that's
Pluto's Refugees region.
Right. Yeah. No update on that. We're not going to be making a new, like, an updated map available for purchase or anything. So sorry if that disappoints some folks, but that's where we're at. Maximus from the movie Gladiator belongs in this game. Any chance of including him as a playable hero in Quicktorum? No. That would require licensing, and we don't want to do that. So no.
Spartacus now.
So, well, that's another
historical
thing.
Character.
Yeah. There we go. Thermidora and Varus have unit tactics. Is there a reason only they have them? Or is there plans for other remaster heroes getting those as well?
So I believe you'll notice, I believe those were stretch goals that we unlocked, if I am not mistaken. So, and this ties all the way back to Aprilis and her faithful horse. I had so much fun giving Aprilis a friend, an extra chip unlockable through her prowess, that I thought, gosh, that would be super fun to do for all of these heroes we're bringing over from Remastered. But that adds a lot of chips. So the decision was, let's make these stretch goals. If we hit high enough, we'll unlock these. And there are plans for special prowesses accompanied by either units or special tactics for most of these heroes. Some of them, it just didn't fit with their design. But by and large, most of them are there, and you'll see them as stretch goals as we go along.
Sure. Okay. Estimated date, that's just two of this, basically the same question. Estimated date of delivery worldwide, question mark, in my case, Europe. When is fulfillment realistically expected? So, okay, so we had a lot of conversations about this. So this content is largely done with development. This content is also largely done with playtesting. This content is also largely, not completely, but largely done with art already, which means what is left to do at that point is one, like take all the content and like put it into layout and final layout, finish the art, and then pre-production copies, that kind of thing, graphic design, some of those types of things, just polish, etc. That said, this content is very, very, very far along. We think it will deliver, if you want my honest opinion, I think we will have it for convention season next year, meaning I think we will have it for Gen Con, which would be August. We are putting in October delivery date on it because people keep begging us to not put the delivery date we actually think is going to happen on our campaigns and instead extend that by 2, 3, 4 months. So that's my official answer. So the official delivery date on this campaign, when you pledge, is October of next year, October 24. I think we will have it out much sooner than that. You have heard me say that before about other campaigns. I have been wrong about that on other campaigns as well. So your skepticism is justified, and we've earned that skepticism, as has pretty much every board game publisher using crowdfunding. However, from a development standpoint, things are very, very, very far along, and we are almost actually ready to wrap public external playtesting on this content already in its entirety.
Yeah, so we're about 2/3 through.
Yeah,
maybe a little more.
Right. So we'll be wrapping playtesting earlier than we expected, actually, on this Hoplo content, because I think we had it originally set to be going all the way into like November of this year, and I think we're expecting for sure by the end of October that we should be wrapped on it. So that's again, board game. The reason board game delivery projections are always wrong is because it's almost an impossible enterprise, because there's so many moving parts. You're creating a physical product, and everything from manufacturing queues to Chinese New Year to the holiday breaks to things, chips getting mixed up in the boxes like we had happen on our first print run of Hoplo, we had, again, backers who have been with us for a long time may remember that I think it was on Undertow, it might have been Splice and Dice, the Maersk shipping line, the company that was handling the containers largely for us, they got hacked by Russia and lost all tracking and ability to do anything for about a week. And that massively delayed things. Ships get stuck in canals. You just never know. You say ships or chips? Both.
Huh.
And so anyway, that's I know that often sounds like an excuse coming from publishers, but it really is that hard to project, because board game development and board game manufacturing is an inexact science. It's very hard to put an exact release date on things, and again, it varies also in various regions of the world. So anyway, blah blah blah. I don't want to bore you with all of that stuff, but we think for sure it'll be delivered by October of next year. And I truly, genuinely think it is very likely to be here earlier than that. I think this can be and should be a campaign that for once we deliver earlier than our deadline instead of 2 or 3 months later. So anyway, there you go. After the release of Too Many Bones Brass Mags, Are you considering Hoplo brass mags? We're gonna see how the Too Many Bones ones sell before we take a look at any other franchises. That includes Hoplo, that includes Elder Scrolls, that includes whatever. We have them for Burn Cycle, and Burn Cycle is not, it's not like our number one franchise the way that Too Many Bones is and has been forever. And so anyway, we're going to see how they sell for Too Many Bones, because that's going to give us a good indication, like percentage-wise and print run-wise, what we feel like we can probably expect for other franchises if we release them. So there are no plans right now. We will see how the Too Many Bones ones are received this Black Friday. So if you want more brass mags for more of our games, make sure to buy the Too Many Bones brass mags, because that will send a strong message that you like them and we should do more of them. Will the expansion have a Chinese translation? Yes. So the update last night, and we're working on a larger section of this for the page that like clearly lays it out in a prettier format. But our Chinese partner, and I don't even know who that partner is, so apologies for that. But they have committed to translating the entirety of the Hoplo line. So again, awesome. German is Quicktorum content only for now. Korean is Quicktorum content only for right now. And again, that's not necessarily because they don't have interest in translating the full line. It is purely an issue of capacity right now. And both our Korean partner and Frosted Games in Germany are concerned that they won't be able to get things translated fast enough, because they also know that they have the Elder Scrolls from us to translate, which has a massive amount of text to translate. So we hope that everything is translated here eventually, but see last night's update, and then again, we'll have updates coming to the actual GameCom page soon that cover languages in more detail. Okay, I am a solo player and have Quicktorum only. Does the Pandora's Wake and are Pandora's Wake and Might not suitable for me? So Pandora's
Wake.
Shit. Sorry, I get the names confused in my head. So
Wake, Water, definitely the remastered one, because Watery Arena.
Yes,
that's
there
how
you
I
go.
Remember it.
That's really smart. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to share illegal information with you. Okay. Don't tell anyone, especially not Shannon, that I'm sharing this with you. Pandora's Might, the crossover expansion, which comes with prowess decks for each of the remastered heroes. We've had a lot of people saying, I don't want to buy the entire remastered box just to get those hero chips. Can you please release those chips separately? No, we cannot. We're not interested in creating a redundant product. And at the very least, we would want to do something like alternate art or something if we're ever going to go that route. And that's just not in the cards right now based on our current art capacity.
It's worth noting, too, that in light of this product, people are asking for the hero chips, but there is a lot of content in Remastered that is cross-compatible with Quicktorum, and people have asked at various points for all of it. We've had people say, hey, can we get all the units just sold separately? And
right.
when you look at it in terms of what is compatible with Quicktorum, there's a ton. Like, it is so much, there's no point, obviously, in releasing it a la carte on its own.
Right.
But there is enough to say, hey, Remastered is a big value add for Quicktorum if that's the way you're leaning.
Right. But, so, now, here's the illegal information. You may have noticed that heroes in Quicktorum look like this when you use them. So you put them, we got a nice big piece of art here on a nice thick chip, okay? And then they have a prowess deck. That is your hero, right? Because your starting stats are being given by a separate rule book or reference sheet.
And you even just write your hero's name here. You could write whatever you want.
So I'm not telling you to buy Pandora's Might and use a proxy chip if you don't own Remastered, because that is piracy, and that will get you thrown in jail. And we will throw you in jail.
Straight to jail.
Immediately. The Famel prison, you're going there if you do this and you tell anyone. But if you don't tell anyone, you could actually use Bing Ching here with any of the prowess decks from Remastered that are in Pandora's Might, and no one would ever know. And you'd be playing solo, so you don't even have somebody across the table to tattle on you. So there you go. Don't tell Shannon that I said that, and please don't tell the Carlsons. I might get fired. So that's whatever. That's kind of the under the table, we're winking at you answer to that. You can use that crossover content so long as you're okay with your prowess deck not necessarily matching the art on the chip that you use. You'll get the exact same gameplay experience aside from the modest thematic disconnect. And that still makes that box Pandora's Might pretty valuable. So there you go. Take that under consideration. You didn't hear it from me. You heard it from Logan, and he'll get fired and not me.
That sounds right.
Right, yeah.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Okay, I know this is off topic, but the trader, Chris Beck, leaked that we are going to see CTG Horror. I couldn't be more excited for this creative team to develop that line of gameplay. Any teasers? This is the first I've heard of that. So, no. We have a couple of 20 strong ideas that are kind of like lurking in the background. One of them is called Halls of the Dead, and we may or may not make it eventually. And what exactly the art and theme and how hard we'd lean into that to potentially take it all the way in a horror direction would be very debatable. So. I think that's what Chris is likely referencing. If that's what he was talking about on Discord, I don't know. But that is the only thing to my knowledge. And again, that's not an announcement that deck is happening or will be releasing anytime soon. That's just something that is kind of.
I think that was already in the poll for 20 strong.
Yeah, it was one of the. So Halls of the Dead was actually I think it was actually the second 20 strong deck that Josh Carlson started working on when we were kind of workshopping the idea of 20 strong as a whole. So it started kind of with Solar Sentinels, and then he started kind of poking at this Halls of the Dead idea. There's been other folks internally, I think including Logan, who have pitched similar ideas, not from a gameplay perspective, but from a thematic standpoint. So no promises, and that's not an announcement, that's not a tease. But if Chris is talking about that kind of thing, that would be, I believe, what he is referencing. Logan, I'm going to let you speak to this one. Mm-hmm. This has been a hot button topic. This is the last question we have before we show off some gameplay. So if you have any other questions, shoot them now because we are about to wrap this segment up. But are there any adjustments being made to Ascension mode and Remastered? It was too easy, Logan. I found it way too easy. Help me, Logan.
Go play Onslaught mode and then let's talk. So couple of things going on. There are a few things that are getting tweaked just to kind of close off some sort of loopholes that made it especially easy, just some things with deployment hexes. I believe those are covered in the changelog that was posted. Mm-hmm. So take a look at that so you can see what's coming, what's being tweaked. And those are just kind of little general patches. For the most part, it's about where it was intended to be. Kind of the idea was Ascension mode should make you feel pretty good about yourself. Onslaught mode should make you hate yourself. So a little something for everybody.
Is there a mode being added where I can both hate and love myself simultaneously?
That would be Namakya mode because there's ships and crocodiles. So that covers the bases.
That sounds great.
Self-love and self-loathing.
Yeah, that sounds great. Perfect. So again, that errata pack does include a brand new remastered rulebook. Part of the reason that we decided to throw that rulebook into that errata pack is because those are some of the loopholes and some of the really, really subtle arena rule changes I think are going to make Ascension mode more difficult. Again, it's not going to be like a night and day. Suddenly, this is massively more difficult, but it does kind of again there is some like ways to cheese some things, yep. And the rules updates that we made to Remastered largely close those loopholes, or at least clarify the intent so that those loopholes no longer exist. So there you go. I'm going to scroll. There are no more questions. Can the Condemned mode be played solo?
Yes.
Great. And there will be spotlights coming on almost every module throughout the campaign. So we've got another spotlight tonight with tonight's update. I don't remember what it's about, but again, we are going to be taking a closer look at pretty much every module throughout the campaign. There's a lot to talk about with every single module, so we can't just like puke that all at you on the GameFound page without making the GameFound page even longer than it already is, and it's already pretty long. So there you go. I believe that's it. Okay, so we are going to take. I think we're going to take a quick 5-minute break. where we can just get our cameras and everything all set up so that Logan can take you through some Mercury's Boots Quicktorum gameplay featuring Aprilis. Thank you very much for being here. Thanks for watching. Hope you'll stick around to see that gameplay with Logan. If not, we will see you on the campaign and in the Game Found comments. But otherwise, come on back in about 5-10 minutes and experience some new Mercury's Boots gameplay. Thanks for being here.
We're back.
It's
well,
me,
sort
Josh
of us
August.
back. What's your cool nickname, Gilly?
There is a funny story about my nickname. I was also given the opportunity to take a name, but all of the ones were taken, and I had also not played many of our games. So I said, I will take the name Andrew because none of the other Andrews at this company go by Andrew.
Wait, is that named after this Primus Andrew?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
The orange
Super
Primus
cool.
and Quicktorum. You might think they're called Nox, but their real name is Andrew. So I went by Andrew for a bit, and then people just started calling me Santoro. So now there are 3 Andrews, and none of them are referred to as Andrew.
None of them. Nope.
I'm just a very quiet person. I can talk louder. Is this better for you? You can also bump the volume, Amanda.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
So yeah, we're gonna play a little bit of Quicktorum today.
Yeah, so
we're gonna
ignore this.
We're gonna
This
take it.
is needed for the stream, but it's very ugly. So
Were you gesturing to me or the camera?
this is needed for the stream.
This is what I have to put up with. At least it's better than my home life. We're gonna go through some Quicktorum today, and we're gonna take it kind of slow. I really want to give everybody a look, so if you haven't had the chance to read through the rules yet, we're gonna walk you through it as much as possible, so I can teach you at the same time as I'm teaching Andrew here. Yeah, see how'd that feel? Felt weird to me. Felt wrong.
Yeah.
So I have already chosen Aprilis because we want to show Aprilis off. And we have our little tracker. I chose Calliope as our scion. And one of the first things you're actually going to notice, and I may do things a little bit out of order here, but one of the first things you notice is this Scion Bane that we pulled that would normally go at the front of the stack actually goes to the bag. So you can just chuck that right in the bag. So right there from the start. So I've got our printed rules here. I have got the little Aprilis sheet. So I'm actually going to give this to you, and I'm going to let you fill out a few things on your tracker pad there. So here's your tracker pad.
Oh, these are the special new ones.
These are the special new ones that we made for
a
Quicktorum.
Shot on this.
And so you can go ahead and fill out your name. So certain things that differ in setup here, we actually do not choose a difficulty level. So difficulty is kind of what you want to make it as you play Quicktorum, as you'll see sort of as we go. You also don't gain, since this is part of difficulty, you don't gain hero prowess at the moment. We're going to come back to that. So on the tracking pad, you're going to do the name, movement, range, your class, which is also noted on there, your health, your leadership, and your attack as normal.
Sure.
So all of that is referenced on there.
These sheets also were printed by a printer that gave us kind of an in-between between PVC and paper. So
as long as you can still write on it.
The amount of pen they pick up is a little debatable at times.
We will make it work. Andrewus, I like it. I like it.
I wanted to make a portmanteau of me and my friend Aprilis's names so that we can connect on a deeper level. Well, I've written it already.
Oh, well, that's live and learn. Live and learn. So let's see. So another thing you were going to get here, so you have your full complement of blessings at the moment.
Wow.
You are going to have all 10. So just circle the whole thing. Yeah. Circle them all. Every single one.
Sure.
You get a blessing. You get a blessing. Everybody gets a blessing. Perfect. So 2 new elements to this sheet. Up at the very top, you're going to notice navigation and opportunity capacity. So opportunity capacity exists in Quicktorum, the campaign mode. It's just not on the tracker sheet. You don't do a ton with it. But we thought since we're doing this and there are a few things that can interact with it, let's go ahead and add it here. So go ahead. You have an opportunity capacity of 3 to start.
Do I scratch them, right?
Sorry, I'm turning myself around because I'm sleep deprived. Opportunity capacity is not present in Quicktorum. I'm thinking of tactic capacity. Okay. Opportunity capacity is a new thing. Don't listen to me. I'm tripping. Okay. But you have 3.
Okay. Should I be teaching you how to play this?
It's possible. I might just crawl under the table and take a nap if I need to. Navigation is going to begin at 1. And navigation is your ability to fly around this world map faster than 1 at a time. Oh. So at the start, you can move 1 just like normal. But if you were to upgrade this stat to 2, you could move 2 nodes at once, skip over things you don't want to do. Fun stuff like that. So that is a new stat, and that is built to, again, facilitate the faster play. You need to be able to traverse the world, so that is kind of important. Go ahead. Now you've got your neutral units in here.
Yes.
Tactics are partially there.
I get an archer,
An archer.
a defender,
It's French for the fender.
and a tactician.
Yes. And the rest of those can go in the bag.
Sure.
So we'll just set these in your camp here. Also, since I'm over here, what is your health starting at? 5?
5.
All right, let's give you 5 of hit points.
This is how this
Boom.
game is secretly a 2-player game. Is one person can do all the work and the other person can dictate to them.
Exactly. So much fun, isn't it?
I also appear to start with an adrenaline, a bolster health, and a hamstring. Is
Very
that effective
good.
in any way?
It is not, so you may take your tactics. Now,
Sorry.
additionally,
Okay.
you're all good. So I can take that. You don't need that anymore.
Okay.
It gives you some details, but we'll figure those out as we
Sure.
go. Now, another thing that happens here, you'll notice that the Bane went in the bag at the beginning. You may be saying to yourself, wow, there aren't very many units in here. This is going to be really punishing.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and put
I
the
agree.
frontmost unit from each stack into the bag.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, so the
Start with
bag
a
is going to be
little
built up a little
variety.
bit because part of your campaign is thinning out the ranks, emptying certain stacks, getting rid of certain units. You get a little bit of a head start here because you don't have as long to do it as normally. Perfect. Oh, it's got such a good feeling, doesn't it?
Yeah, we want the deluxe bag for Hoplo. The deluxe bag is...
Now, a couple more things to happen. Go ahead and draw 3 opportunity cards. You get to start with 3 opportunity cards.
Blued for blued. Lead from the back. Stuff of legend.
Perfect. So I'm going to set those down here. You can glance at the rewards and see if they might be things that you're interested in later. Got a couple hero prowess, a special prowess, burning blood.
Does burning blood let me throw my hot blood at people?
Well, let's find out.
Your hero has sanguinancy, which I can defeat a non-elite unit within range and deal damage equal to the amount so I can blast them and then they hurt me for how much HP they have left. That's cool.
Yep. So it's a fun one. So while we're on opportunities, you're going to start with 3, and that is your capacity for opportunities, which you can upgrade to 5 through the course of the game.
It is erasing
Opportunities
itself as we go.
are one of the biggest changes from original Victorum to Quicktorum. So you could no longer achieve these as written. You actually ignore all the text on these except for the reward, and they're going to live down here.
Okay.
And you have basically 2 things you can do with them. You can achieve these rewards if you save them, and then after defeating a Primus, you can cash some of them in.
Okay.
We'll look at that when we get closer to Primus rewards, but that is a possible Primus reward, is cashing in opportunities you've collected.
You don't have to do the conditions.
You don't have to do the conditions on the cards.
Still do the conditions.
You cannot.
Oh.
So we removed that aspect. Again, those were specifically tailored to the length of Victorum. You had a lot of time to kind of collect them and try to achieve them. At half the time, they just aren't as functional. So we tweaked the function. Probably the biggest change from one game to the other.
Cool. Okay.
However, they serve an extra function that you may be happy about depending on your luck with dice rolls. At any time, you can discard an opportunity card to force a reroll of anything except, I believe, non-scions, possibly non-elites. Let's double check. So basically, if you rolled something you didn't like, or a rival unit rolled something you didn't like, you can just ditch an opportunity and make that roll happen again.
That's cool.
So let's see, can
non-scion.
Non-scion. So basically anything except a scion, correct. You can do the Primus.
I'd still do it against Les Claypool and the boys, right?
Exactly. So you have that little option tucked away down here, so you can spend them, collect them, spend them, collect them. Additionally, you will get...
0.5.
Correct. And you'll get a few more of them when you go to opportunity locations. I believe you will get 3 at a time.
Oh, but my capacity is always 3.
For now, you can upgrade that.
Yeah.
So draw up to 3 cards, yes. So you won't be able to exceed it, so you don't draw and then discard down. You draw up to your capacity.
Perfect.
So the last and perhaps most interesting step of setup. Yes, go ahead.
Do you have a stronger pen / marker / something?
Good, you're going to need it for this step.
What is this next step?
So this step, you have your blessings, and you'll notice you were given quite a few of them.
Yeah, I have 10.
You have 10 of them.
That's not going to change.
And they're great. Like, you can spend those if you're dying, and it'll get your health back, and boom, there goes a blessing, and beautiful. That's the thing.
Can I still use them to refill my boys, my camp?
You can still use them like that as well. Cool. However, because of this shortened game that will also ramp up quickly, you can spend your blessings at the beginning of the game here to upgrade. So you can spend as many of those 10 blessings as you want, and you can spend them in a few different ways. Where did I... Okay. So first of all, you can gain a stat upgrade. So basically you can upgrade your health, your attack, your leadership, your navigation, or your opportunity capacity. So spend a blessing, upgrade one of these things.
Okay.
You can also spend an upgrade to gain a hero prowess. So since you don't get any because we don't have difficulty modifiers, you can spend a blessing or two and get a couple of sweet starting skills. Okay. Maybe get a nice horse to ride around with or something like that. And you can also, if you don't like your friends here, you can spend a blessing to recruit the frontmost unit of any of these stacks.
Okay.
So at this juncture now...
And I can only do that right at the start.
Right at the start. So this is your setup. You were trying to decide how many of these you want to spend to get super strong right here at the beginning.
Mm-hmm. And does anything give me more blessings?
Not really. No, you're kind of out of luck there. Okay. So
I think I want to spend one to up my navigation.
Okay, that seems like a strong choice. Yes.
I want to be able to
navigation is 2. Beautiful.
Things.
Skipping things is good.
Let's see.
Would you like to look at Aprilis Prowess deck?
Yeah, I think so.
Because you may want some of those, and also, since we're getting into Aprilis here, you start with a free one.
Yay.
Don't get excited. It's not too exciting. That's why it's free. If you want to read that.
Vagrant. Your encampment starts each act on a harbor of your choosing.
Yes.
Aprilis starts the game with this prowess in addition to any she gains during setup. This prowess cannot be sacrificed.
Correct. So since you have no faction and no region, you are a neutral hero, you begin on harbors. So you can choose where you want to begin. You can do that a little later if you want. It's up to you.
Yeah. I'll
But let me give you
figure some other stuff. While Aprilis is isolated, her weakest attack die is replaced with the red die.
That is correct. So just as a reminder, isolated means when you are the only unit of your side, your troop on the battlefield.
But I would be rolling a red and a black die.
That is a pretty powerful way to start the game.
That feels like it. Absorb. Let's see. When this unit is attacked, it ignores all but... Oh, boy.
I know. So Aprilis likes to play around with being the only one out there. It's kind of that Don Quixote influence, jousting with giants.
God, that is
Sancho Panza there.
Your camp has units from at least 6 different regions. All of your units ignore days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that means none of my units would be summoning sick.
Correct. They could come in and just do whatever they want. Mm-hmm. So if you want to spend 6 blessings to just grab a bunch of units, you'd probably need to up your leadership too a little bit. But now you should probably read Copycat out loud for folks who have not seen this. This is one of my favorite prowesses.
Gain a valid hero prowess. This is Copycat. Card that matches any selected Primus that you have not yet defeated. If the card is hero specific, treat it as if Aprilis is that hero.
So basically, Aprilis can grab another hero's prowess card and use it as if it was her own. So she has access to a lot of different powers. And interestingly, this is one, I kind of alluded to this earlier when talking with Gilly, this is one that is much more powerful in Quicktorum than in base Hoplo. In base Hoplo, you would have a maximum of 3 Primuses that you're going to face to choose from. In Quicktorum, you have potentially 7 of them, which gives you access to a lot of different Primus
if
cards.
I don't know every hero prowess offhand,
I can pick you a good one.
Okay. So, yeah, that's a good question. What are our Primuses we're facing?
So that is going to be interesting. You can face up to 7.
Okay.
If you are using a base game hero, that's very easy. So say you were playing as Bingxing, you would have 7 left. You set those aside. Those are your potential Primuses through this game. Now,
Okay.
since we're playing with an expansion hero, we have 8. We only need 7. You can pick one you don't want to face, or you can just randomly decide, hey, we're not gonna have, who was that? Decimus. Decimus is out of the Primus pool.
Okay.
He's got to go find a different pool to swim in.
Yeah.
So
Get outta
now
here.
we have 7 Primuses here, and they are all potential villains. But again, unlike Core Hoplo, you don't have to fight them all. You can face between 0 and 7 Primuses in Quicktorum.
Okay.
As you defeat them, the game gets more difficult,
Mm-hmm.
but they give you massive amounts of rewards. Every time you defeat a Primus, you get 4 rewards.
Okay.
4. This many.
That's a lot.
That's so many
That's
rewards.
Many rewards.
Many rewards.
Does Rocinantus,
Rocinantus?
would my horse be considered a unit? Am I isolated if my horse is in play?
Your horse is a unit, yes.
Because what if I went Joustless Giants level 1?
Mm-hmm.
Gives me a red die instead of my yellow.
Pretty good. Pretty
Joustless
good.
Giants level 2, which gives me Absorb. Copycat, taking one of Stygiana's ones that cares about her being the only unit.
Ooh, well, let's take a look at some of those.
Building a super character who will never want help in battle.
I mean, that's one way to build. I like the idea.
I don't.
That's Virago.
That's not the way I want to play, but it seems interesting.
You could also go the other way and go the Merry Medley route, and
Yeah, I suppose. I would get Rocinantus.
well, some of these are very out of order.
First East unit content.
So similarly, you could take the Sound of Drums. If your hero is your first unit deployed, you're not dazed.
Yeah, but
Plays nicely with...
but Brains over Brawn would just do that anyway, right?
That is true. That is
Yeah.
true.
Plus, it would do that plus, right? Or no, it would, yeah, because it would give me tactical and first strike, which basically just lets me.
Well, you
move
get a
around
little
the time.
healing
Yeah.
when you're the first unit deployed. Decisions.
Let's do the dummy big brain. So, this is 4 attack. I assume I don't have to burn another blessing on the copycat, grabbing a different one.
Correct. Copycat gives you the other
Copycat
as
is
part of its
becoming
ability.
the other one, basically. All right, so we are jousting with Giants level 1. We are jousting with Giants level 2.
Love it.
We are Brains over Brawning.
Mm-hmm.
We are copying cats.
Not fearing death.
Not fearing death.
Not fearing death. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. You said.
4.
Right.
So
You'll be down to 5.
1, 2, 3, 4. Down to 5 blessings.
Do you want to spend any more? Not that I'm encouraging this behavior.
Yeah. What would spending more do for me? Up my health now.
You could up your health. You could up your attack. You could grab some different units from the front here.
But we don't care about units.
I mean, you might care about them eventually.
We're just gonna play the game as though we will never need them. Should I buy more dice? Maybe. Because even if I'm replacing my weakest, it still is 2 dice.
It is, but your odds of dealing 2 damage every turn are pretty good.
Does Stygiana have any things that let her do more damage if she's alone? I thought there was something like that. Maybe I'm misremembering.
I don't remember seeing any. Not dazed. Agile, which is good.
Sure.
When you're attacked, you can add a blue to your next attack that combat.
Okay.
So every time you get hit, you build up. If you have absorb, then you don't take a lot of damage. That's kind of nice.
Sure.
You could just get retaliate and automatically deal a damage every time you're hit.
You just go down to no blessings. Is that a good way to play the game? I'm asking for someone else.
I'm gonna go no,
the
but maybe chat can help you decide.
Yeah. So my goal also is going to be skipping every sporting event with this build because this character doesn't seem like they will hold up well in sports at all.
Interestingly, sports are a little more enticing now than they used to be. So no longer are you penalized with your hero's health for killing the Tribune.
Okay.
Your health remains the same, but you get Scion influence equal to the act you're in.
Okay. So I get influence over the Scion, which makes them easier.
Exactly. That is definitely how that works.
So this is movement. What is this guy again? This orange.
That is your range.
Ooh, it's pretty bad. There's that's what they're. Yes. Okay. My range is not good, and my movement's also bad, and I can't up those with this.
Not with this. No.
Okay. I think I'm good for.
You
spending.
might, if you wanted to take a different card.
Sure.
I believe you might be able to upgrade your movement.
I have one prowess that lets me heal. If my hero is the one that deploys first, they get to heal 1 HP. And I'm really relying on that 1 HP.
Let's see.
But they'll also have absorb, so all damage is reduced to 1.
So, if you wanted to, instead of taking Do Not Fear Death level 1, take... Oh, no, you can't take that one. Never mind. It's a level 2.
What's the level 2?
Master Tactician level 2 increases movement by 1, but you don't have level 1. So,
is that restriction even there for...
It is
for
restricted,
camp?
yep.
Camp has unit, no. We're not caring about that.
All right.
Yeah, I think we're just jumping.
Just jumping in?
Then, because I can't, yeah.
All right, this could be a very short campaign. We'll find out.
I think that's negative.
So, before you decide where you're going to begin the camp, let me show you this handy-dandy little sheet here. So, worth noting, the final version will probably not be a single large sheet like this.
Sure.
It's probably going to be broken up a little differently, but this is for the print and play. This is how it stands right now.
Okay.
So, at the top, you'll note your Primus lineups.
Sure.
This is just set. It is pre-listed. When you go to fight a Primus, you're going to fight them in this order. So, say you went to Atlantis and you took on Kraken Lance first. This is your lineup. It goes Primus, local, bag unit with a couple of tactics.
Okay.
And then when you defeat him, you slap him down there to remember, hey, I've defeated one Primus.
That's cute.
The reason you need to remember how many Primuses you've defeated is because you have Primus modifiers. In Quicktorum, this is how the game scales as opposed to what act you're in.
Okay.
What act you're in now only matters for Scion influence because that is still based on the act you're in, how much you gain.
Okay.
However, the modifiers, instead of having act modifiers, you have Primus modifiers.
Interesting.
So these are cumulative, so they are all active up to this point. So after defeating one, you only have one active. Tribunes add 2 yellows to their attack. Not too bad. But after you defeat Virago, that is active, and the first non-Primus rival unit deployed gets a couple extra health.
Okay.
And these stack up as you go.
Cool.
But so remember...
Sports specifically harder. Tribunes are only
Tribunes,
active in
correct.
Cool. Okay.
Now, the benefits down here, your Primus rewards. When you defeat a Primus, you immediately heal your hero to full.
Cool.
Then you either get a hero stat upgrade or a hero prowess. You choose one.
Okay.
Then you choose another stat upgrade or unlock an opportunity. Okay. And then you recruit or unlock an opportunity.
Okay.
So you get a massive burst of power, which is part of the way you can scale up and be strong enough for the Scion fight in only 24 total weeks versus 48 in the base game. Okay. Is these big bursts of experience that you get. But obviously they make the game more difficult.
To any amount of Primus places on the map to challenge Primuses.
As long as there is a Primus there waiting for you.
There's 8
so
on the map,
there's 8 on the map. You have 7 total you can face.
And is that a conscious choice? I zoned out when you said that. I know you randomly killed Decimus.
I randomly got rid of Decimus. So 7 is kind of the scaling cap.
Okay.
It is unlikely in terms of time and just ability that you could get to more than that. Additionally, this ties into the Scion fight. Now, we're not going to get that far today, but now it used to be you added Banes to the bag when you reach the Scion fight for Vesuvian units left.
Okay.
Now it's for Primuses left.
Okay.
So each one of these you don't bother to fight is going to add a Bane, which is going to make your Scion stronger.
Got it.
So we'll set this aside. We probably won't need this for a while. Where would you like to begin the game? Would you choose a harbor?
Okay. And We're not working with arenas, right? We're working with just base.
Just the base game arenas. That is correct.
Okay. Lemosians care about positioning. Yes. Lemosian.
Llamas.
Units add a black to their attack if they're at a higher elevation than their target. Okay, that's bad, probably.
It's a rough one for you because you're so slow. They're going to beat you. I know,
they're going to beat me there always.
You do have Absorb, so it's really not going to
really matter, I guess.
Change what they do to you, but you might get smacked around a little bit.
Units on the platform have a perfect strike when attacking.
That
not on the platform.
Pretty excellent for you, potentially.
When attacking, if this unit rolls hits on all of its doubles.
And you roll a red and a black.
Okay.
So if you can get up there and keep them from being up there, which is challenging.
That would be on turn 2 for me. When it's... Oh, not on the platform. Okay. Interesting. 4 hexes in the middle of the arena are the key hexes are also collectively the platform. A consistent hex is one that matches the hex. Okay, I think we're going to start in Kunlun.
All right, so that would be this harbor here, most likely.
Harbor.
All right, so we are harbored up, and you have a navigation stat of 2, so you can move 2 pips away, and you can take a look at the events coming up and see where you would like to go. Okay. I will find...
Are all of my rewards for events the same?
So for Bloodshed events, they are a hero upgrade. That is the same. And now you have a couple other things you can upgrade. Your opportunity capacity and your navigation are also valid upgrades there.
Sure.
For sports, you actually get both rewards.
Oh.
So if you take a sport, you will be able to replenish your tactics up to your tactical capacity, as well as recruit a rival unit, if you wish.
Interesting. Oh, I should look at these cards probably. You cannot include non-elite units in your lineup.
Non-elite attacker units.
Okay.
Which is okay because you don't even have any.
I'm only going to put myself in anyways.
Right.
That's how this game works. You just do it
So it would be your hero versus 2 rival units. It's not bad. You might be able to take that one. It's possible.
I think we're just going to go pop right into that Bloodshed.
All right.
And do Deadly Mirage.
All right, so
the lineup. Do I have to?
You don't have to choose the lineup.
Okay.
Yep. So you're going to set the rival lineup, so and that will be one local
for Kunlun, which is the Cestus.
Perfect.
Who brings in a tactic, who is an attacker. What is the attacker tactic? It is adrenaline.
It is adrenaline. We've got those handy icons there, and then you have a bag unit.
Bag unit. No Bane, please. Oh boy, another local unit.
The one local unit that was in the bag.
And they have a tactic as well. Yeah, and they bring in a hamster. No.
Nice thing is, if the hero is the only one you put out, they can't play tactics on your heroes. So,
See, this is all in the plan. True.
All right, so Quicktorum. You can go ahead and set that over there. All right, rival goes first. So they are going to deploy. What's their health?
3.
Bonk.
1, 2, 3. Pop. Cestus.
They will play a tactic.
They will play a tactic, which is adrenaline on himself. Okay, and I believe they are not dazed when moving onto the platform.
When moving onto the platform, so they are
dazed.
Dazed right now. So it is your turn.
Okay, well I'm going to put myself up here, and then I am not dazed.
You're not dazed. You have tactical. What?
And first strike.
If only there was somebody you could strike.
My range is really good. Okay, and then they go and pop into 2. They have 2 health. Oh, these are weaklings. I'm going to blast them.
You may not even need to get on the platform.
They deploy and then move, yes?
That is correct, and you can move them in any order you wish.
Okay. Well, this one will not move.
No, it will, because it has tactical.
Oh, it has my thing.
It has your thing. It is your thing, so you can check and see what local units want to do. Flag holder, platform hex in range of an opponent.
Okay. Oh, yes.
And let's see. So this unit is just going to go to one of these because they can reach a platform hex with their 2 movement. So this is what they will go for.
But they wouldn't be in range of me.
Well, they can't get to within range of you. So they want to go to what they can get to. They do have adrenaline.
Could I cheese the game a bit and go pop, 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 pop?
Let's see. So 1, 2, you cannot do that, and here's why you cannot do that.
Anyways.
That is a longer path than just going
That's what I
1,
was
2.
wondering.
Yep.
Okay.
So they will take the shortest possible.
So they're all
Right.
going to move, and then they act. Yes?
Correct. Now, the Meteor Fighter is not attacking you because they don't have first strike.
Ah,
So
yes. That's good.
you're good on that front.
So the Cestus will attack, and they have Retaliate. So that, yep, Lashback. Got it. And then Hurl, which is this unit shoots an adjacent unit and displaces it. Oh, no.
They're probably not going to end up using that on you.
Okay. Trigger if this movement allows a rival unit to get an attack or special. Okay.
Yes. So, for example, if this unit was here and could attack this turn, then this unit would hurl you over here, so they could attack you twice.
Got it. Oh, weird.
So,
okay.
you're being attacked.
By the Cestus, who hits me for 1 damage. It looks like it says it hits me for 2, but that's not how
You just absorbed it.
I absorbed
Just went.
it. That's how absorb works. I just suck in my gut real good. And it acts as a shield.
I think you're going to want those.
I do want those. I don't want to.
Who are you targeting?
That's a good question.
And you're sure you don't want to deploy anybody else to come help you out or anything like that?
No, I think I'm good.
All
I
right.
think I'm good.
All right.
So dodge is bad when this unit is attacked by a non-elite unit. Oh, that's terrible. My
You're elite,
special
though.
dice. Oh,
You're
not
elite.
I'm elite. Okay.
You're elite.
Well, I'm gonna
Look at
attack.
you. Look how
I'm gonna
elite
attack
you are.
Because they roll. It doesn't really matter. They're both gonna hit me for 1.
So, my personal advice:
Yes.
you can knock this one out if you deal 2
Yeah.
damage. So that's the one to go for
That's what I
because
was
yeah,
thinking.
then you can
'Cause I'm
bide your time and
I did knock them.
boom.
I did it. So I put them over here. Do you have any preference on where they go?
Nope, that works for me. To quote Rocket Raccoon, "Blam, murdered you."
Such a way
From the
to
comics, not the movies, just to be clear.
All right. So that was my go.
That was your go.
Then it's their go.
Mm-hmm.
They have no one to deploy. They can't put a tactic on me because I'm
Correct.
special. They attack me for 1. Yep, I absorbed that other one. And then I attack them. No, I probably go up here, right?
You could go up there. Now, you will be dazed. But then next turn, if you roll 2 hits, you wipe them out and you don't take retaliate.
Would I wipe them out?
2
I can't
hits
attack
with
them.
perfect strike would be 4 damage.
But I only have perfect strike if they're not on the platform.
Oh,
And I have no way
that's
of pushing
right.
them off. I think it's better for me to just roll
think
here
you're
because then
right.
I can just wipe them out normally if I roll not the 1 miss that I'm capable of rolling.
And you get retaliated upon.
Oh,
I know.
no. Huh. This is the bet
It's
I
fine.
have made
It's
for myself.
fine.
I absorbed that one.
Yep. And I think if my math is correct, you'll kill this turn.
I do. Yes. Dead. Okay. We did it. We did it. We did
Okay.
it. Hooray.
So that unit is dead. These tactics are gone. All right. So go ahead and cross off a week.
All right. Would you say, in general, is Quicktorum scaled a little harder than normal campaign, or do they scale similarly?
I would say it's a little bit more in your hands.
Okay.
Because of the way the Primuses work, you can kind of control how difficult the game is.
Okay.
And I would say you have the potential to actually be a stronger hero and stronger squad by the end as well. Because you can front load. If you were to front load that, that's 10 free upgrades
Yes.
that potentially you never pay for if you survive the game. Now, that's a huge risk.
Mhm.
That could cost you the entire game. But
Yes.
potentially, that was a bunch of extra help.
Yeah, I did just burn many, many blessings to do what I have done.
That is correct.
So
Did you cross off your week? You did. Now you get a hero stat upgrade.
Okay, and these just go away.
Back in the
Back in
bag.
the bag. Cool. Okay, hero stat upgrade. We want some health. I think might be.
All right,
pretty
so you
good.
get 1 health chip along with
All
that.
right.
Boom, you can
Beautiful.
put that at the back of the Bloodshed deck.
Yes, indeed. Right, so units have +1. Archery units have +1 range. Looks like we have an archer. I don't like that.
Also have an archer at the front of the Amazon stack,
Good.
which is right there.
We love to see it. And we know the Primus lineup is going to be Primus, local, and then a bag unit.
That's correct.
Cool. Okay.
You thinking about taking a Primus?
Week 2 Primus. Yeah.
I mean,
Let's see. If we do a sport, at the start of each of your turns, roll an arena die. Move all possible units in the corresponding direction according to the compass. Units move simultaneously. So the world is shaken up. Nothing special for them. It is a capture the flag.
Or King of the Hill.
Terrible for me. King of the Hill.
So since you've
Also,
got both icons, that is your choice.
Probably not great. I would probably end up just murdering the Tribune, would be my guess, with 2 health. Is how I would have to play that. I would have 3, so I would deploy myself.
Because you would heal.
That fight's going to bring a local in a bag. That one, first strike, they can attack right away. They have a range of 2. Dig in. What does dig in do? It's like a meal.
If they don't move on their turn, they add a black to their attack.
Okay.
Which, again, doesn't really affect you because of your absorb. The nice thing about archers, I will say this, archers will not necessarily rush right up to you. So you can potentially draw them up to the platform, then step up to the streets and whack them.
That's the sequel. I think I'll do a bloodshed then, because I can.
I knew you would.
Skip this sport because I have a navigation
How did you
of
skip
2.
over that sport?
I have a navigation of 2.
Oh my goodness.
We can skip sports. All right, so I'm going to do that. We're going to draw the top bloody card, which is Marksman's Trial, which brings in the crossbowmen. And their tactic, which is
Bolster health.
No, I don't want that.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be a chonky boy.
Oh, okay, and then a bag. Please, not a local.
Hey, it's not a local, and it's not an archer.
Okay, cool. That is something. And then they bring in a tactic, which is a hamstring. No, it's a adrenaline. Oof. Okay. And they're all going to have +1 range. So that thing has a range of 3. All right.
And not all of them, just this one.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
So they're going to deploy with 3 health. I'll go here. Boop. They have first strike, but they do not have tactical, so they can't move. They will bolster their own. Will they?
They will.
Ugh.
No. They'll only place 1.
Okay. Would they? How do you choose? Just in order?
Yep. So just top down, going to the first one that has a target.
Cool.
And you don't even need to bolster health. It's an instant.
Yeah.
You just give them the health and you throw the chip away.
Interesting. Okay.
Did I say place it in the try? I said throw it away. Thank you. It's in the rule book.
We do sell replacement health, bolster healths if you have thrown all your other ones away.
That's where we make our real money.
$700 a pop. Okay, so they have bolstered their health. And I can't remember if they played a tactic on themselves because it's not there. So they should probably adrenaline.
Oh no! How will we remember?
Had the tracker.
Would you like to deploy?
Yeah.
Aprillas.
At 3 health.
Bam.
I don't love it.
What are you thinking?
That thing has retaliate as well. This is terrible. Oh, it can bolster. I'm gonna bolster my own health.
You cannot, because you are an elite.
Unit. Tactics are terrible. Why do people play the game this way? Okay, so I have a movement of 1. So I believe I'm gonna go here.
I think that's the smart play.
1, 2, 3.
Yes, because then he'll step up and put you in range. Yeah.
Okay, and then it is part 2 with the Velis with the tree health. I'm going to deploy there. Adrenaline. They place it on themselves.
So they will place adrenaline on the unit with the lowest movement.
They are not tied. Right. And then platform hex in range of opponents. So they will move toward platform.
They will not.
No?
I don't believe. Will they?
Oh,
no!
You misled me, Logan. I trusted you.
That was your first mistake.
Perfect strike when it's... Perfect strike does not matter against me.
No, it does not.
Okay.
Absorb is just gonna...
Okay. That guy's I don't even get perfect strike against anybody. I'm too dang slow. Please roll. Please miss.
Would you like to spend an opportunity to re-roll it?
No. It's a terrible bargain. Okay. I have lost one. They have done their whole thing. So I'm going to pop in. But then I'm dazed. Oh. Perfect strike doesn't matter against me. I think that's the move. I think I might have. No. I think I have to deploy somebody, which takes away my absorb. No. Oh. So they're targeting the strongest opponent, which would not be me if I deployed anybody.
It's a good thing you saved some of those blessings.
Archery units have +1 range. That's all archer units.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's accurate. So.
Okay. I think we're going to stick it out for one more go.
You're just going to step up there and
step up here.
Start swinging.
We're going to swing. Because the Cesta or Velis, it's movement of 2, cannot get to me.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, that's 2. That's 2. What does dig in do again? Dig in?
They're going to roll an extra die against you, which doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter against me.
If they did not move.
Oh, it kind of matters. I would like them to miss, and they're less likely to miss with 2 dice.
Far less likely.
Okay, then it's the units. They don't have any more stuff to deploy. Just gonna pop. They're strong within range.
Pop.
Doesn't matter, right? This is equivalent.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, they have moved. Crossbowman does not move. They get to roll an extra die because they have dug in. They are eating their dinner.
But they're also shooting at you at the same time.
They would have won. They would have missed.
That's true. That's.
They had not.
You're right.
Dag in it. I hate this. This is bad. Okay, but so if I stayed here, like if I moved Aprilis here on my turn, and before that, of course, because the deploy step is before
that is correct.
had deployed a defender. This, even though I'm right next to it, would target the strongest opponent.
Correct.
Which is health, not others.
Correct.
Okay, so I think that's what we have to do.
One defendy boy.
I'm just going to do this all on my own.
You can even bolster their health.
I could make them one big
giant
defendy boy. Okay, and then this will always go after the strongest opponent. Will this leave the here if it can't? Probably, right? Like
Platform hex in range, strongest opponent.
So if
correct.
If I'm like here, so yeah, okay, yeah, I'll bolster the health. I'm terrified. And that gives +2.
Yep.
Should have looked at it before I put it away. Oh, forgot. Sorry.
Thank you.
I
just hope you don't want to earn any of those back this game.
We don't earn things here. So then 1 movement. Put me there. My special ability is no longer active. So I got a black and a yellow. Please 2. Okay, 1. Still something. I can't take any more hits.
I'm pretty sure they won't be able to hit you.
Yeah, they're gonna go after this. Get out of here. Okay, there go. They have no one left, so they're gonna move. It's got a movement of 2, so he's gonna leave to get in range of this fella. And then he attacks. Doesn't really matter to me. This guy's not gonna. He's not gonna move, so he gets to add a die. I hate that. Okay, defender takes 1.
That's not bad.
No. Okay.
For someone without absorb.
Yeah. I've been doing that all game. That's not impressive. Black and yellow. Retaliate and deflect.
So retaliate, those trigger when you attack.
Okay.
So, yep.
Cool. 1. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All my units have absorb.
Good defending boy.
All right. So now it's me go. I am also not going to move. I am going to try to end the crossbowman.
Question. Before you do that, would you like to move the defender over so you can get another hit on to try to end the crossbow?
Yes, that's a good. I always
Especially
forget that all
because
movement happens and then all attacks.
Deflect lowers your attack from a black to a blue, so the defender will be much more beneficial over here. See?
Yep, you're right.
There we go.
Smarty.
Now watch the black miss.
It's like you know this game a little better than I. And then the Defendier. So you said this black changes?
No. So that would be when attacking the Velas because they have Deflect.
Yes. So still black. Come on. 1 in 6 chance of not doing
Boom.
it. Ding. Okay. Dead crossbowman.
All right. Feeling good about your chances now.
Okay. All right. So the
Did
Velas.
not have to spend another opportunity already.
Okay, Velas getting in there. Doesn't move. No, it will. It wants to move. I hate this.
No, this is a good thing.
No?
It is a good thing. It will.
Yeah. Okay.
Here, actually, let me double check.
Seem bad.
Because I believe...
Oh, no,
it's a non-local. So it will not. It's smarter than that. So because it's a non-local, it's going to go for consistent hex in range of an opponent, which is where it is. So we did make them just smart enough that they don't step up and daze themselves a ton.
Got it. Okay. 1. It's absorbing.
I was going to say that absorbing is it's doing work.
I think I want to use movement on both of them. Right? This seems good. They're both dazed, but...
I mean, I don't know if I would this turn. I might, personally, keep your defender down.
Okay.
Actually, no. Your perfect strike is not going to trigger. So actually, I might go like this. I might go 1, 2.
Yeah.
Because perfect strike is more likely to trigger here.
Yes, because I'm rolling a yellow die.
Yes.
That makes sense.
So I might do that and then just end turn.
Yes, correct. Okay. You could attack.
If I were you. It's not the best idea.
I could hit him for 3 damage. I'm rolling 2 dice.
Just be clear, we're not making that attack because it has retaliate. And
yes, that's the reason on
use
that
a
one.
blessing.
Yes. Okay, so Velas once more on my defender. Doesn't have any. It's nothing bad about attacking this way, right?
Correct.
Okay. Wow. Ooh, super absorb. All right. Okay. Then, no one's moving on my end. We are rolling a blue, a green. Which was it? What was it to a blue? Ugh, I'm getting out of town. But I have perfect strike, so if I do it good. Hey,
plus, you also had opportunities as backup. Like, this is where I was going to say, if you miss, spend an opportunity, get that reroll. That was a critical moment because now you can get the kill, and because they die, retaliate doesn't trigger, and you win the fight.
Love it. Okay.
Nicely done.
We shed their blood.
All right, so your hero comes back to your camp with 1 health.
Another 1 health. Good.
Defender comes back. We can get rid of the health.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Okay. So I can upgrade myself.
Be sure and cross off a week.
Nah, that's not important. This only upgrades my weakest die, not my weakest dice. Yes?
Die. Yes.
Oh, yeah, because there's only 1 rend die. Let's say the benefits of buying more dice for Aprilis, or Andrelis.
Well, you could upgrade the one you have so that when your other units have to come bail her out, she has to use an attack.
Hey. I rolled a hit on that yellow. Yeah, let's do that. Let's buy a blue die. No more yellows. Get out of town. All right. Okay. We're on to week
the 3rd.
We still somehow have...
Those can go back to the bag.
None life. Left beef.
You can always spectate.
Oh, yeah. How does spectate work in Quicktorum? Same?
Spectate, yep, works the same.
Okay. And we know there's no special rules on the Primus Fight. It's just going to be that lineup, yes?
It's just going to be that lineup, yes. Now, you would have these if you had any of these active.
No, I'm not that good. But let's see. I know there's a crossbowman, which rolls 1 die.
They do look rather cross.
Mm-hmm. Sure are a cross bow man. All right, so I could spectate, and then I could do a Primus. That seems like a thing I could do. So I'm going to pop up to the sport.
I was going to say it seems like a terrible idea, but let's do it and see what
I'm
happens.
going to spectate.
All right, so you can discard the Quaking Earth to the back.
Sure.
And then you can rearrange, I believe, the top 3 cards. I believe. I could be wrong on that. And
Search the bag and freely choose the first unit of the rival lineup.
1, 2, 3. Your health is 6.
Interesting.
So you are recovering.
Spars,
2, 3,
I can still beat
6.
the living hell out of everybody, or...
That is correct. Same as before. You want to defeat everybody but the Tribune. If you defeat the Tribune,
Tribune
you
has to
get
be defeated last?
Scion Influence.
Or...
You just defeat everybody but the Tribune and you win.
Okay, and the Tribune's the first one in the lineup always.
Yes.
Okay. Woof. Search the bag and freely choose the first unit of the rival's lineup. That's interesting. Creating the rival's lineup, add a random tactic from the supply to each rival unit without a tactic. Creating the rival's lineup, add a random tactic from the supply. So that would just be from the general supply, yes?
Correct.
I don't want to do that because we have thrown a bunch of them across the room, and we would have to do that. Also, this one says the words deal 3 damage.
So those
to
are,
a
you're
hero.
rearranging them and putting them at the front.
No, Logan.
Sorry.
I said I don't
Right,
want
sorry,
to do
I mean,
those
I don't know.
ones.
Be sure and take your Scion Influence. You were in Act 1, so you take 1 of Scion
One.
Influence.
Okay, 1 Scion Influence, 1 week, full health,
It's been.
which is 6 weeks.
All right. We're taking on a Primus in week 4.
Yeah.
This will not go badly.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Here we go.
That's why I did it. All right, so we get Bing Shing. Cool. And they are this face.
Yep.
I have a lot of health. So they are first in the lineup,
Yep.
followed by
I want some
a
more health.
locale unit, a locale unit, and a bag unit.
Correct.
Local. Oh, that one just fell out. Fell out
Yep.
of the seat. Not a local. Oh my. That's so bad.
How have you drawn local units?
There's
2 out of
not
3
that many in
combats.
there. It should
There's
not
so
be
many in
happening.
there.
Yeah, but not
Not
of
locals, but
this.
yeah.
Okay.
Why did you give that bottom one a tactic?
Oh, which ones get
Just the first
tactics?
2.
Okay, so I don't get that. Okay, I'm gonna bolster health. Cannot be used on Bing Shing.
Correct.
That's good, at least. Is this fight over as soon as Bing Shing is defeated?
You've got to clear the board.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. All right. Well, they are going to deploy. What are you doing? Don't
Nothing.
shake your head. The camera's not there for you to shake your head at.
Sure, this is the office, right?
Stop jimming the camera. Okay, that's a hefty stack.
It's fine. You're fine.
Top downs don't really give the impression of the stack. So 8 health is.
Why don't you just play the combat sideways?
Yeah. That's how the game was designed. Taunt, dodge, hurl. Okay, hurl will not trigger often. Dodge, I hate it. It's bad.
Doesn't affect your hero, though.
That's correct. Good. And then taunt is, it has to be the one attacked if it's next to stuff. Cool. It does not have anything
you
on its
probably
move
want to
right
attack
now.
her
Yes?
anyway, but correct.
Okay. Neat. Deployed. Me. Deployed. 1. Yeah. Deployed. 3 health. Bolster health. 2.
I was waiting for it.
That's how it works.
The best part of the game.
And hopefully you don't need them again, which we wouldn't because we've thrown them away. Now they're just replaced with hamstrings, right? Okay, so that is their step, and then Bing Shing will move 2. Up. Not in range of me still. We'd love to see it.
Yeah, suck it, Bing Shing.
Yeah, you jerk.
Yeah.
And then it's me.
Do you want some friends?
Friends. I can weather a hit or two and pop on there. I'm dazed.
You are.
But I
And
will
confused.
I won't have perfect strike.
Well, not against Bingxing, but this unit's going to be trying to get up here. So they'll step up,
they have
and you could
one
step
movement.
over and try to
Yeah.
whack them for 4.
Which would not get them.
It would not get
mostly
them because they
them.
bolstered health.
Ugh. Someone else is going to come in and stun. Or I'm being... No, I can't be
You
stunned.
can't be stunned.
Yes. Okay. I think I want to do that. I have Absorb. I'm a beefy boy. All right, so this one will move.
They will deploy. Did they not
They will
deploy
deploy.
already?
No, they will deploy.
All right. You did that a little out of order, I believe. They'll
Yes.
deploy here because you moved Bingxing already.
No, that was... Vingxing moved when I deployed this.
So you moved.
Yep. I deployed, moved. They deploy. I didn't deploy anyone else is what's probably causing confusion because that's not how you should play this game.
I mean, I wasn't going to say it, but...
It's kind of the incorrect way to play it, is how I'm playing it. Which is a good demonstration.
I mean, in
of how to
fairness,
play
these
it,
are
right?
very tempting.
I know, they're very good.
I typically would take them late game as kind of a, I'm going to bring out some friends. When my friends go away, Aprilis gets really good. But, you know, we didn't want to stream all day anyway, so it's probably for the best that you just die.
So they deploy Cestus. Cestus does not move. This one does move. It has a movement of 1.
Boom.
It will move here, or there, I guess, right? Doesn't
Yep,
really
good
matter.
choice.
Sure. Okay. And they have a range of 2, so they can hit me. They will roll a miss against me because, yep, that's what I said.
Wow, how do you do that?
I'll
Say it again for this one.
And then Bingxing attacks, who will roll a miss against me. Of
Just
course.
one?
Just, no, 3 misses. That's...
It's a good thing you've got Absorb.
Yeah.
It's really earning
She
its
rolled
keep.
1 hit against me. That's pretty unfortunate.
You need like a little achievement tracker like on Steam games where it's like Absorb has blocked this much damage this game.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Let's work on that.
Right.
No one else is working on anything. Okay. And it's me. I'm going to move. Boop, boop. Nice and into range of everybody, which I would be anyways. This will prevent this guy from getting on the platform.
There you go.
That was
You
the
can
goal.
perfect strike
I'm
them,
gonna get
too.
A black and a red on the crossbowman. No, I can't
Why can't you?
because of the
Taunt? You could have moved here.
That's true. I did that. That's really good.
It's going to let them up on the platform.
No, this can move first. He has to move in range of me.
Yeah, well, then they'll just get up on the platform over here.
It's dumb. It's bad.
Hit
but
that
I
crossbow.
could roll
then.
4 damage against Bingxing, right? No,
No, because they're on the platform.
And does it? It's not elite too, right? No, it's not platform. Okay. Yeah, I want to do 4 to the crossbowman. I
Boom.
did 4 to the crossbowman.
Oh, that feels good though, doesn't it?
It sure does. That's so many damages. All right. Okay. How many more hits can I take? Is the question. They are going to deploy their last one. They would have deployed here, though. That was also the thing, right?
Yes.
And then this one will deploy here.
Yes.
Cool. So 3 health. Bam. And they all get to do their movements. This one's not going to move. I think she's going to move.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
This one
Smart.
moves here. No.
Boom.
Does not have the range to hit me. This one does. This one does. This one does not. So this one gets to add dice. Dig in? Or is that against not? I forget. If unit does not move, add black.
Correct.
Oof.
Now, can I actually see that sheet for a second? I want to see.
Mm-hmm. The reference sheets are very helpful. You should
For
always
referencing?
read them. They're good at referencing. I'm gonna roll my attack against myself.
Now, I want to be nice here because there's a case to be made that you should be hurled by Bingxing.
Is there?
There is, because of the way it's written. Now, I actually don't know offhand how we've ruled it. It says hurl would trigger if it allows a rival unit to get an attack where it wouldn't.
Okay.
I don't know if we've said that is holistic, because I believe we may have said that triggers if it allows the rival team to get cumulatively more attacks. Because in this case, this unit can't attack you, so Bingxing could hurl you, allowing it to attack. But then, oh no.
No, that's.
Oh, there's
bad.
range.
Yeah.
Yep. So you're going to get hurled, my friend.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
I'm helping.
I know what you did. I'm not doing that. That's bad.
You're getting hurled. I didn't decide it. I didn't write the rules.
Woof. Okay. Huh. I've been hurled. Okay.
So for those of you who have asked if you can, like be the villain in this game and play it 2-player, the answer is very much yes. It goes like this.
Yeah. You can. It's okay. Well, I'm gonna roll crossbow. Ouch. 1. I'm gonna roll cestus. Black, yellow. 0 damage. So close to 0 damage. 1 damage. Bing shing. Mamma mia, that's a spicy meatball. It almost wasn't. It makes those attacks. Absorb makes those attacks feel not special. I will say that about Absorb. Because normally I'd love that roll, but since it was anything, it feels terrible. Okay. Well, here's the part where we have to deploy.
Who would you like to bring in?
My defender, of course, my friend.
You're gonna die.
No, get out of here. They're good. They're strong.
I'm just assuming that's where you want to deploy them.
Yeah, you're correct. I don't know if... Yeah, probably. Everyone is going to move towards them and try to target them.
1, 2, everybody but the cestus.
Which one?
So this one will not.
I moved here.
If you move there and knock this one out,
that's what I'm trying.
Presumably they die. These two will. This one will not. Okay. Wait.
Well, it would move 1, 2, but it would probably try to keep me in range. 1, 2.
We'll get there when they get there. I think you might be reading those wrong, but I don't know if this is going to work out the way you think it will. This cestus will definitely go over here.
And Bingshing, yeah? Strongest opponent?
Bingshing, no. Bingshing wants platform hex in range of an opponent.
Ugh, no, get out of here. Well, then I move here. No, that's going to do the same thing. This is quite the pickle. An American pickle, if you will.
My favorite show, American Horror Pickle.
American Pickle Story. I think we just pop away. I'm very scared. Push them all on the defender. Which I can never get to them again. It'll be a million years before I get to anybody.
If you want to see some fun interactions, you can step away. You won't like them, but it gets to show off Hurl.
Fun though.
It gets to really show off how nasty Hurl can be, because I feel like the displacement movements or the displacement abilities get overlooked a lot.
Yeah, because they're not fun. Nobody likes to be displaced.
You like getting chucked off the platform, just bodied. Like, nope, you're here now.
I'm gonna take 2 hits.
I think at this point you're spending an opportunity or a blessing, no matter what. So yeah. I'd say step up and knock out that unit.
Or I can. No, I'm. If this unit is hamstrung,
mm-hmm.
They are still going to move, right? They still want to find their target.
They're still going to. They don't realize they're hamstrung. They don't realize their ham is on a string. But you can't hamstring them this turn because the tactics come before movement, and you don't have a tactician out. You have tactical. You're right. Good remembering.
Right. And that one doesn't care if I am the only one, right? No, it doesn't. Ha! So that would have happened already. So I was here. I have not moved yet. Pop, hamstring. Bam. Pop in here. I'm going to try and murk this crossbowman.
Can I ask what you think is going to happen here?
This would move here, and then I move here, and then I can't attack me.
No, because Bingshing's going to be there.
I know. I also have messed this up in other ways because Bingshing's taunt is taunting me. Bingxing can't be hamstringed. Huh.
How you doing, chat? Are you enjoying our pain and anguish?
It is
mostly
painful.
his.
Yeah, I think I hamstring that fella then. Does this do anything?
It will, yeah, if you then move out of range and force it off the platform.
But then this will hurl me.
It will.
But then I move out of range.
Okay. It's a good turn. It's worth 30 minutes of torment.
I know. What a lame turn. Why don't we put attack before movement? Why do we do this? Why do we do this? Is there any way to purchase just the chips from Quicktorum? No, there is not. Yeah, sorry. It's all is. Did you just lose the chips? Because you need a lot of this stuff to play the game, just other than the chips. Okay, I have moved. Do you want to run the enemies here because there's gonna be stuff?
All right. Well, let's see. Let's move the Cestus first. Let's say that they go first. They want to step over here.
Oh, also, do they apply a tactic? This stun, or can they not? Because
do they have a tactician? They do not have a tactician, so no. If we step up here, they probably will next turn. Bingxing. Bingxing has a movement of 2, wanting to go for the strongest, so Bingxing will step over here. Crossbowman is going to step up to be able to shoot you. And this Cestus is going to go 1, 2.
Wouldn't they go here?
They're not in range of anybody.
Oh, so they would go to strongest opponent. I have lost, I believe. Or I'm going to use
going to, yeah.
We'll see. So Cestus doesn't get any special dice. Well, that's where Absorb feels very good. that is a statistically quite improbable roll. I mean, it doesn't ultimately matter because
unless that crossbowman misses.
Crossbowman did move.
Yep. So they roll 1 green die. Nope. It's angled. It landed on chip. Hey, that counts.
Cheating.
We're taking it.
Right.
It's a solo game, and that means cheating.
Anything's a cock die, if you believe.
Your defender's getting murdered now.
No, you'll be fine. No special stuff for attack, so black, yellow, yellow.
Yep.
Wow. Oh. Yes, get out of town, Cestus.
I don't know who that guy's praying to, but it's working.
All right, Bingxing, come on.
What?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I love this game.
Man. Okay. Oh, what do I have to do? Oh, also,
I was going to say those misses. I was just about to say that was the whole reason you put the tactic on there.
Wasted the good roll on
you. Wasted a good miss.
Okay,
can I bring that archer in?
I think I gotta bring something in, and an archer can attack right away.
It can. Enjoy both health.
All 2 health. Okay, where can I? There's no way I can deploy them where they can hit the crossbowman.
Unfortunately not.
Yeah, very close. Like, pop them in here. Okay. Defended. Let's move them. Sure. I don't know. We'll make Bingxing move, I guess. Doesn't really matter. Okay.
Do you want to give them an adrenaline so your defender can run a little faster? Just for fun?
Why not? I guess. Sure. +1 movement. All right. Get over here. Because now this guy will move here. It won't kill me. But this one will kill me.
Well, actually, you can make this Cestus move there first and block it.
Yeah, but then that'll leave this one in range of me.
Well, no, that one will slide over here and attack you.
Attack him?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But I think the crossbowman. No, the crossbowman's still going to target strongest. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're doing so good. Black and yellow. No, retaliate. Why do they all have retaliate? Okay, well, Archer has to do something. So let's smack Bingshing. Or attempt to smack Bingshing. That's one. Sure. Down to 7.
She's
We're
scared
almost
now.
there. Got it. And then I don't retaliate. It's gonna get me. Oh, I will have moved here though. That is what I will have done because that's what I should have done. All right. Now it is ring of their turns.
Okay.
So they have no more to deploy. They are going to tactic, right?
Tactic. Yep.
They have to do defender.
Yep.
It's the only one that's. Okay.
I just put it on top.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, it just loses the turn. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
He's a
So
sponge
my
anyways.
recommendation is this Cestus goes
Oh,
here.
I could have rolled an attack against the Cestus.
You could have, but you would have also been retaliated on. So
Yeah, I think he's better as a sponge right now.
step up there.
Sure.
Step up here.
Yep.
Step up here.
Mm-hmm.
Reconsiders life choices.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, this one can attack.
Correct.
This one can
Black
attack.
and green.
Yeah. I'm going to have them attack first because...
Yep. You don't want the defender to die and then it shoots your hero.
Yep. This is where the... Do we need to keep this around? He's not going to have another turn. This is how we have to talk, because then you surprise yourself. Yellow, yellow. Sure. Yep, that's what you get for the good one.
Oh.
Wasted the good roll. Dead. All those beautiful tactics that were on him. Okay. Well, Bingshing has no target.
Yep. That was the whole plan. Waste Bingshing's turn.
Yeah. Suck it, Bingshing.
Do you want your tactician? They're feeling very left out of the carnage.
I guess they pop in and try to just get a hit in on Bingshing.
I mean, they don't have first strike, so they got to wait a turn.
That's fine.
But you can
They'll
run them. You
survive,
can
I'm
run them up
sure.
to the platform. If they survive, then they'll have perfect strike.
Yeah, after they're dazed for a turn.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they're already dazed.
Oh, it's so bad.
So if you run them up on this turn,
Oh, they have tactical.
they have tactical.
Okay, yeah, that's the plan.
And they're not going to survive. But, you know, it's...
Hey, get out of here. That's...
Hey, get out of here.
Hey, get out of here. Some movements. Archer move.
Yep.
Miam move as well.
Just a hedge.
Yeah, I think that's what we got to do. All right, let's see. Archer attacking against... No. Yeah, Archer's only able to target crossbowman. And Archer kills crossbowman.
You killed someone!
I knew we could do it. That's the goal, right?
Good hustle out there, buddy.
Won the Primus fight. Yes, that's how they end.
Kill a single unit, the end.
Okay. Then it's their turns. So Cestus has to move to reach a target.
Yes. So how do you want to block with Cestus?
Yes.
Okay, now which one would you rather? Because you can slide someone in.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, what's the best
Gonna
odds
go
of keeping the
this, right?
tactician alive? Like that? And then Bingshing is going to actually go over here.
Oh, really?
Because the archer is stronger.
Oh, they're equal. Equa health.
No, I mean the archer is
Oh, then
stronger
me.
than your hero.
Got it. Okay. Oof. Okay. Well, this one doesn't attack.
Correct.
Yellow button. Oof. Okay. Come on, tactician. You're so tactical. Oh no.
Would you like to spend an opportunity?
Sure. Yeah.
Do you care which one?
One of the ones that just gives me a generic hero prowess, probably.
Okay.
I think I'm running out of.
There you go. There it
I
is.
hit on the yellow die. That's strange. All right. Tactician has survived. Archer, I believe in you. Come on. Yeah, burn another one.
Can I go
Let's
for it? I don't know
burn-
about your odds there.
Let's
but-
burn Burning Blood. Let's do the other one. I don't think the odds are great, but you know, what are we doing? That's the exact same. Burn the last one. Dice mitigation.
There
Yes.
it is. And that's why you play the game.
Yep. Like, burn all your opportunities. Okay, so we're still somehow have not spent a blessing. Somehow we're still in this. I mean, we're gonna
You're
die.
basically just grabbing your units and throwing them in front of you
Ooh.
as human
This
shields.
tactician does have perfect strike.
Only against Bing Shing.
Yes, but only can attack Bing Shing.
Correct. Because taunt. Bing Shing is there like, nah.
Let's roll the red die. Let's see if we can land a hit. I guess, do we want any movement? I can't make any attacks on anybody, so I kind of have to like hide, I think.
I mean, eventually Aprilis is going to have to finish this off because your other units are dying. Like 100%.
That's true. You're not wrong.
So-
I'll pop them over there. Okay. Tactician. Attacking. Bing Shing. Because have to.
Come on. Yes!
Wow.
2 damage.
Yes.
So good.
Okay. We're doing that. Doing the thing. Archer against Bing Shing, maybe? No. I'll
You
do
taunt,
against
you
her.
have to.
Oh, I could have.
You would have had to have moved, but you didn't. You didn't move.
But it's a solo.
You can
game.
move if you want to. It's probably
Yeah.
good to work on those retaliate
I know.
units.
I'm gonna smack this Cestus.
Which, interestingly, no, yeah,
Because he's
that's
not
right.
hamstrungus. Okay. 1. Retaliate only works if you're adjacent.
Not if you're adjacent, if you're within their range.
Oh.
So if an
interesting.
archer had retaliate, they could retaliate at their range stat.
That's cool. Weird.
Yeah, you
all right.
shot them and they're like, ow.
It's
Makes
just
perfect sense.
my gut instinct is to fire off an arrow when I get hit. I think I'm just gonna launch an attack. I think I'm just gonna do it. Just cash the blessing.
Didn't
while
you
there's-
upgrade? You're at a blue.
I think I've already messed that up. No, I haven't.
Yeah, you haven't been attacking for a while.
Targeting. Oh boy, did it for 1. Did it.
All right, lose a blessing.
Yeah. Okay. Blessing down. All right. Yeah.
Look at how healthy you are. This is going
Beefy.
great.
So beefy. Nobody moves, correct?
I
the
believe that
story?
is correct.
Okay, so I think we have this.
No, yeah, no, that's correct.
I think this Cestus would attack first.
Yep.
Because then if this dies.
It's not attacking
This
that
has no
though.
range.
It's attacking your hero, I think.
Oh, strongest.
Yep.
So it doesn't actually matter then, I don't think. Okay. Like, yellow. I'm used to having 1 health. That's the problem here. So Cestus is attacking me. For 1.
Hey,
See, it feels
your absorb isn't
less
even
special.
on, but
Less special. Oh, that's great then. Never mind. I love it. I forgot absorb is not turned on right now. Okay. Tactician getting attacked by the other Cestus. So close. Can I burn an opportunity? Oh no.
let's sacrifice a prowess.
Yes. Let's sacrifice something. Okay, and then Archer is out of everybody's range.
Yep.
Cool. You live another day, Archer. So if I pop up, I will not be able to attack, which will be bad. Same with the Archer, as much as I would love them to. All right, I think our movement is going to be like this.
Yep.
1, 2. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That seems right. Okay. Can still finish him off. Doesn't though.
It's all right. It means if you finish him off with a Aprilis, you don't get retaliated on.
Exactly. That was the master plan. It should be a little bit more dice medication. So where's my backup plan, Logan? Okay, so enemy turn. Were any of those dice cocked? I didn't see.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, so enemies will activate. They are going to move. This one's going to move here, I believe. And then this one will move here.
Nope.
No?
2 movement, so it's going to go for your archer.
Oh, okay. I don't love it. I don't love it. Okay, I'll just have them attack first because they're going to kill the archer. Maybe. They're not going to kill the archer. No way. No way. My archer? My archer? Oh, okay.
And that's when Aprilis knew. They screwed up.
Aprilis now has absorbed, though. That is why I did it in that order. Definitely something I didn't just remember right now. Well, it doesn't matter. Okay.
Wait, here.
Yeah. Oh,
Absorb is so good.
So good.
3 hits.
Sure.
Hey, it actually did something there.
It did something there. Okay. Well, I have to kill this one. I mean, we're just going to burn through blessings here. That's going to be... let's go for the 2 health one.
Okay.
I'm feeling
I like
saucy.
it. Wait. If you're going to do that, move first.
Oh.
Because they still have a hamstring on them. Boom!
Yes. Slamadoo. Okay.
So easy, this
Easy
game.
Make it harder. All right. Cestus. Movement. Pop. And
Yep.
then Bing Shing can reach me, so she will. I assume.
Yeet.
Oh, okay. So
roll, or do you
Cestus
just want to take
cannot
1
move.
damage?
No, I'm always going to roll. There's a possibility. Not that one, but, you know, there's a different possibility.
Slide Aprilis over.
No, I would slide here. Right?
You don't want to knock out the Cestus?
If I can keep moving one away from it, it will keep hamstringing around.
You could also kill it, you know, potentially.
Okay, black and red is finishing. Yeah.
Couple of damage.
2 damage. Finishing's down to 3. We love to see it. Okay, Cestus moving in. Cannot attack. Bingshing doesn't move. Will attack with these 3. Oh, come on. Come on. Miss once. Miss once. Okay. Boop. Oh, no. That's
Sorry,
not
you couldn't
the
deal
best.
3 anyways. So
I know. Okay, come
get
on.
that pen warmed
Just
up.
1. Oh, that's very okay.
It's the opposite of all
But
this.
but that just makes me angry, I guess. Here I go. Filling up. We've burnt another blessing. That is what is happening here.
Like the gods are just sitting up there watching, just like, dead again?
Why did we give so many blessings to them? Okay, so that was them. It's me. It's a me. Sure. 1. Come on, man. What are we doing here? Cestus. Bing Shing. Come on. Once. 1 miss.
So close.
Get out of here.
So close.
Okay.
All right, and then you win in 2
Red.
turns because you have a red die. No, you need to move first.
Yep,
You need to move
right.
first.
Yes. Killed. Bing Shing dead. Put on thing. Cestus move. Cannot hit me. Damn. Get out. That's how you
All
win a
it cost
Primus
was
Fight.
2 blessings and all your units.
Hey, those units get replaced, don't they? I get my 1 health back.
Exactly.
I
I'm going to keep those separate for right now.
Okay.
Yes, you healed full.
Cool. Love it.
These are dead and they're going to go to the bag.
Give me my many rewards.
Many rewards. First, hero stat upgrade or hero prowess.
What are my remaining prowesses? Let's see. +1 range if I have the horse. And long shot 4. What the hell is long shot? This unit rolls its weakest attack die against an opponent within a number of hexes and deals the resulting damage to it. That's an S special?
Mm-hmm.
So that's just instead of an attack?
Correct. So it's really good before you get in range. Like before you close the distance because it's
within
at
number
range
of hexes.
4.
4. Okay. While Rosanonis is in combat, ignore the above. Oh, I would have this.
You would have the top part, yes.
Oh, I didn't take. Oh, I would have burnt a blessing on that. Would have given me. I'm going to take that.
All right, so that's
That's
reward
gonna
number
be-
1.
I think that might Oh, they're both hero stat upgrades.
Yep. Second reward, hero stat upgrade or unlock an opportunity. I guess you'll take a hero stat upgrade.
I sure will. And that hero stat upgrade is going to be a yellow die.
Interesting.
I want to be beefy.
Okay. Okay. Because before you do that, you have long shot now, which is your weakest attack die. Previous to adding that yellow.
But if I'm the only unit in play, my weakest die is
black.
Black.
Correct. But that's not the case if you add a yellow. If you add a yellow, then all of a sudden your weakest attack is blue.
Well, yeah, sure. Never mind. You're right, I suppose. Okay. What is the other choices? Oh, a stat upgrade. I'm going to go with health then. I'm still doing the...
Valid. And then lastly, you don't have an opportunity, so you will recruit.
From where?
From them.
Okay.
The dead units.
From the dead. Who has a lot of health? You all have a lot
Your defender dead.
Shh, we don't talk about him. He's coming back though, right? That's a thing. Do we get to refill the...
You can spend a blessing too.
Oh no, we don't get to refill the camp after Primus Fight no more. But I did my whole game plan.
Oh, actually, I think you're right. I'm zoning out.
Oh.
And I believe you're correct. Let me check the order.
Yes. Give me the order. I must have the order.
You got the rewards. Let's see. So combat rewards, Primus, fully heal, 1 prowess. So if your troop has fewer than 5 units...
It sure does.
It sure
it's
does.
It's got 1. Me.
Full heal, gain the
Do
prowess.
I count as 1? So yes, actually, I do. I'm a leadering myself. Hello from the Midwest. Greetings.
Okay. So
I know, I'm saying hello from the Midwest. Which is
I'm going to say that you still do this and just make sure that this gets written in such a way that it's clear that it does happen. Because it's written as a Primus event reward, but it's also meant to be a failsafe against getting slaughtered like you just did. So
I think I won.
I'm just going to note that for myself just to make sure that the language is clear. So
I get...
They're dead.
What do I get? These all go in the bag. They've died. These I get to recruit from first and then in bag?
Sure, let's do it that way.
Sure. See, this is very much a living document. That's good. First strike is cool. Range of 2. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the crossbow man.
Perfect. And then you would chuck them,
Bag.
shuffle it up, and recruit bag units up to 5. So you have 2, 3 more.
They're going to be all locals because that's how I draw them up. Get out of here.
Boom.
Where's my defender?
All right. And you have made it through 1 Primus on Quicktorum, a.k.a. Mercury's Boots.
All right. That was quick. I did it on week 3.
You did it on week 3? Yep. And
out of 6.
Yeah.
Only 1 sign influence.
I mean, I'm not sure week 3 was the best idea, but...
It was the best. It's correct.
You survived. You survived.
I played the optimal play pattern.
Yep.
I can do that up to 1 more Primus Fight the way I did it because I have 3 blessings left.
That's
which
accurate.
Is like most of the way through the game. How many Primuses do I have to fight before I can do Scion?
Doesn't matter. It's up to you. However many.
That means I fight the Scion right now.
Just remember, so you can't fight the Scion until Act 4.
Wow.
So you have to use at least 18 weeks, and then you're in Act 4.
Am I in Act 2 now? No.
Nope. You're still in Act 4.
Oh, it's still just
where you're at
this
on there.
many.
Yep.
Oh, so then it was really dumb for me to do what I did.
You know,
Okay.
it didn't work out well. I don't know if it was the worst idea. I like to give you.
And then from here,
Give you
I
grief.
cannot go. I can go. Oh, just through sport. To this bloodshed.
No, you could go either way. So after a Primus fight, your movement restriction kind of resets.
Okay.
So if you came in this way, you can go out this way. It's just
good.
a core rule. So,
Cool.
So yeah. that is
refill
Quicktorum.
opportunities.
Did anybody have any questions that we should address before we call it?
Any Quicktorum, any Pandora's Box campaign questions? We'll do a quick wrap up here. That was a Primus Fight that went really well. If you missed it, I rolled perfect hits. Everyone else rolled misses. Didn't lose a single unit.
Not one.
Not a single health even.
Your hero survived with not a
easy.
scratch on them. Like, look at all that health.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Logan is hard at work making the game harder because we made it too easy.
Yeah, so many notes. Primuses in every fight.
Yep. Every fight is a Primus fight now. Oops, all Primuses. If you do, that's a question. If you run through all 7 Primuses before ending, how go? How do? That's a question from me, my brain.
Like how are you, or how did you manage to do it?
Like, can I do Scion then, or do I still have to make it to Act 4?
You got to be in Act 4. Yeah, if you somehow manage to, you still got to be in Act 4.
Okay. So if you're really good, you still got to hang out.
I think you mean if you cheat, but... Because, yeah, by that point,
Logan does not
if you defeated all 7 Primuses, Tribunes add 2 yellows to their attack.
Don't do sporting events.
First non-Primus rival unit gains 2 HP. Your tactic capacity is reduced by 1.
Don't need him.
Add a bag unit to the end of the rival lineup.
Make sure there's no good things in there.
The rival deploys 2 units on its first turn each combat.
Doesn't seem like a problem.
You must deploy your hero first in all events, if allowed.
Doing it anyways.
And all rival units have absorb.
Fine.
That's the last one. Like, if you get that last one, like, everything is so unkillable. We're just heading straight to the Scion fight. You really don't want to hang around much after that.
So you probably at most want to kill 6 and then be like, I'll take that last bang.
So here's the key. If your navigation is up pretty good,
yeah, you can just go to the stuff
you can just hit New Argo for your 7th one and then kind of zip over to fight the Scion and not take any more. Like, you can get them all. It's doable.
I'm into that. This is very interesting. I like this. This is a good design.
It changes. It shifts the decision space around a little. The navigation is really a fun add.
Yeah, the navigation part is what's really making me excited. I like being able to pop around to the
one
thing
of
that
my
I'm really feeling.
favorite things about it is what you do at the beginning, where you're deciding how many
I like that too.
blessings to spend. Because it's that, oh gosh, I can get so strong right away
so many blessings.
if I do the build right.
Yeah, which I did, which is why I went through it with no hits.
Exactly.
Let's see here. No questions. Quicktorum looks very intriguing. What are the odds we get a neoprene hero tracker for it? I don't remember what was said about that.
We're talking about it. It's weird because it's an add-on to an expansion to an add.
Yes.
There's a lot going on. So it's being discussed. Correct. We are considering pros and cons. Right now, it's not happening, but
yeah,
we're talking about it.
Cool.
Yeah.
And these are offered as just a print off?
That is correct. So it is on the campaign page if you want to play it.
Yeah, this is
it is PDFs.
Right now.
It'll take you to the Dropbox. It'll give you the reference sheet.
Yeah.
It'll give you these to print off. And it will give you a full set of the rulebook for Quicktorum, which is fairly brief. I think it's 5 pages, and a lot of it is just saying, like, hey, this is a little different from the core game, so take note of it.
Living document, of course.
Right now it is. It's not going to be at the end. It's just we wanted to release it for people now. By the time it gets printed, everything will be set in stone.
Yeah. Play that, get excited, and then go buy the physical thing on the campaign, which is part of the Quicktorum box, which is Ruin, Pandora's Ruin. Because as we know, Pandora might wake Ruin. Who's Runa? No, not forever. The opposite. It's definitely being considered. Yeah, we cannot say for sure.
Especially because neither of us make any decisions around here. So, you're asking the wrong people.
I make the decisions on what goes on social media.
Yeah, we just work here and barely even that.
Don't say that. We don't want to get fired too. All right, so this has been Quicktorum.
Jazz hands.
There will not be... I do a little live stream schedule update because we were doing them routinely for a while, and then conventions happened, and that stopped happening. So,
are you going to do a massive live stream next Tuesday? Maybe?
Yeah, yep. Live from my wedding. There will be no live stream next week. I am getting married, so I will have the week off. But then the following week, we are likely going to do a Thursday live stream to close out the campaign. That will be happening the day after the campaign. That might be a Friday countdown campaign. I need to talk about it. We'll figure it out. But there will be a live stream, not next week, but the following week to coincide with the end of the campaign. Check that out. We will also be likely in that live stream going over the rule changes to Elder Scrolls. So if you like to look at us for our Elder Scrolls stuff, that is when you'll get a big update. And there's a lot of updates. It's in a real good place. It plays very good already and plays even better now. Any last questions? Feel free to shoot them here. Otherwise, I think we're kind of in the end. Do you have anything? Any excitement about the campaign?
Glad I was able to show off Quicktorum. I think I mentioned this in the launch stream, but it was something I was very resistant to at first. I really like how the core campaign plays, and I said no, and then I kept thinking about it, and I was like, actually, wait, I've got a couple ideas. I think I could do this and keep it feeling how Quicktorum feels.
Yeah.
The main thing I wanted to avoid, because the question was, how do you fit all that progress in half the length?
Yep.
Without just front-loading it and being like, oh, you start with these things.
Yeah.
And I think the blessing spend is what made that work for me.
Yeah.
Just front-loading it is boring. It's the decision crux that makes it interesting.
I think that's
and building it in that way is kind of the penny dropped there, and I wrote up a draft like the next day and took it to the office. It was like, okay, I know I've said no about a dozen times, but I think we can do this in a way that I'm happy with. So if you still want to do it, let's go ahead and do it.
I mean, I would say just in general with the content I have seen in this campaign, the approach seems to be that you think Quicktorum is a good game to start off. And that's
I am quite pleased with it. Yeah. I enjoy it quite a bit.
I appreciate, because I also agree. Because even the arena stuff, you get to keep the original arenas, but then they alternate to new ones.
Yeah, it's not
some variety.
So much fixing anything so much as saying, hey, what more could we add? Yeah. What would be fun to just juice it up a little bit?
Yeah.
I love juice.
Juice is delicious.
Juice is so delicious.
It's all the sugars of all the stuff. You juice your vegetables. Don't juice your fruits. Because the fiber you get from fruits is in the skins. It might be the opposite. I don't think it is. Don't take out the advice.
So what I'm hearing is just blend the fruit whole so you still get the skin.
Mm-hmm. I blend the fruit whole in my mouth.
I've seen you do it with oranges.
Yes. You eat oranges like apples. That's good advice that everyone should take. I think that is it. I do not see any questions unless you see any on your end, Amanda. I believe my feed is good, though. All right. Well, thank you so much. Again, we will not be here next week. We'll be here the following week on Thursday or Friday. Watch out on our socials for the actual dates. I will put it there. But thanks for tuning in for this. Goodbye.